Good evening, all, and welcome back to
Evening, everyone.
Evening. I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's well, and I hope everybody's had an enjoyable week up to press. Sometime now, we're going to get that usual thing where my speakers kick in. There you go. I managed to get it before they did. Right, guys, we'll kick off this evening's entertainment show, whatever you want to class it as, right after.
Daz has finished his tea.
Yeah, and Daz has finished his tea. He's got exactly 2 minutes, 23 seconds to get it down his neck. Have a look at the back. Yeah, she is. This would have, if I were going to pick this show, there you go, guys. I would have picked that one. Still got a lot more up to come. Nice patterning, nice separation. Look at that, beautiful fish. And again, check this out, guys. This is something else. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. Nice wild common trout coming up for a piece of bread. Perfect. Let's have a look at his koi facility again and look at this full cherry blossom. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get from the other side so we've got the sun behind us so that you can see this, but this is absolutely stunning. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Without further ado, I'll get us inside, have a look around, and let you see what you think. Catch us in it. In this whole complex, the fish is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. One bat after another. Really nice, exactly there. Welcome back, and as if by magic, Daz finished his tea.
It was lovely.
You good there, guys? Had a good week?
Yeah.
Did you get? Did you two get a good soaking then today, Daz?
I did indeed.
Evening,
very
Estelle.
wet.
Evening, Estelle.
Oh, hey guys, you alright?
Yes, thank you. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yes, you got a soaking and a bad back.
No.
Put a muscle in my back. I think because I got wet up a tree.
Not good, mate, is it, when it's being like it was today?
Yeah.
Hi, Mick, you had a good week, bud?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Been
Yeah.
busy?
No, I
I
couldn't
easy can be.
give you a bullshit statement.
I was hoping you would do. I'm going to whack it straight on beginning of the show. Right then, guys, we have a couple of topics for discussion tonight. And the first one being recommended auto feeders. And the reason why we're asking this, as in my next video, which comes out, you'll see, and you've probably already seen, or some of you, from the first one, that Mr. Spielsberg here did, is the new pond build down at Gaz's Gaz's cat farm. Sorry, he doesn't know it yet.
That's all right.
And he's going to be wanting a new auto feeder. So it's not something I've ever had, but I would imagine there's a fair few of you out there. And can you recommend a good one A reasonable price, not stupid money. One with a simple setup system, because some of them seem rather complicated, especially the one that we're looking at Dazzers.
Oh my God, I still can't work out how to do it.
We need to have, well, to be fair, we haven't really had time to sit and look at it for long enough with everything else that we've been doing, have we? But
No.
one that you guys could recommend. So that would be the first topic that we were going to have a discussion chat, and we can take some notes off and go back on for future reference for when Daz gets up and running and ready to use. We'll kick off, first of all, though, with the comments and just say hello to everybody and everybody's comments that are coming in. We've got Yorkshire Coy. It says, hello all, hope you all are well today. How you doing, Paul?
Hi, Paul, mate. Hope you're well, mate.
My reply back to him is the next one. He says, sorry, being quiet, just being involved in an RTA this week. I hope everybody's all right, mate.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed you're good and not too much damage, mate. That's a bit of a... Yeah, I've been there, mate. I've had a couple myself in the past. It's not something that's too enjoyable. It's all the hassle that comes with it afterwards. That's the insurance side of things that makes it extremely difficult to deal with. Twisted Koi says, nothing too bad, Paul, I hope. And an evening cupcakes, thumbs up from Vince. We've got
Evening cupcake.
Yeah.
evening Vince from Mike Bass. We've got a Mike B, cupcake, thumbs up. David Cook says, hello, everyone.
All right.
Mike Bass says, evening. Evening, Mike.
Miss Bass?
How's your legs, mate? Were they burning a bit from, well, it'll be Monday morning, won't it? Yeah, Monday morning this week. Because my back was smarting a bit. It was a bit warm. Took some getting going.
Yeah, thanks,
David
Mike,
Cook,
for the weekend.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it,
Really
mate.
appreciate it.
David Cook says, hello, Twisted, mate. Twisted says, cupcake. Dave from Koi Karma says, hi, gang. Hope all is good. All good this side, mate. Hope you're all good. Dave Cook says, hello, Mike. Twisted Koi says, Dave, cupcake. David Cook says, hello, Dave. Koi Karma says, hi, Vince, bruv. And DC, thumbs up. Gary Stevens says, evening, Koi people. How you doing? Well, I hope. Yes, thank you very much, mate.
Evening, Gary.
Oh, well, mate.
Feel good too. Charlie Bifter Brown says, good evening to all. Good evening, Charlie Bifter Brown. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you got your problem sorted out earlier on. Irish Jody Coy says, all right, and evening all. I do enjoy these Thursday night catch-ups. Hope you are all well and good. Thanks very much, mate. Same to you. We do enjoy it as well, regardless.
Yeah. It's a highlight of my week. I look forward to it.
It's good fun. Mike Bass says, all these people waiting to talk about koi ponds sounds fishy to me. It's got to be. The dad joke master. I think we might make another little one. Dad joke of the week. I'll give you a little award for that one. Koi Karma says, hope you're okay, Paul, after your RTC. For all those that don't know, it's road traffic collision, because it's not classed as accident anymore, because apparently there's no such thing. Hillsley says, hi all, how you doing, Hillsley?
Evening, Ilzy.
Dave Littlewood says, evening everyone. How you doing, Dave?
Hi, Dave.
Got your mid-drink then. Koi Karma says, hi, Dave, with a thumbs up. Hi, Dave. And SNR, sorry, but just so everyone knows the difference. Here we go down the Dave line again. Twisted Joy. Gaz is running late. Yeah, sorry. We got
a bit carried away.
Yeah, we're having a little chat, trying to give Daz as much time as he could to get that tea down his neck as he was shoveling it in. Having a little chat backstage with another guest as well. Koi Karma says, I am the one and only fossil. Twisted says, face slap. But with age comes experience.
Exactly.
And aches and pains.
And rheumatism and arthritis.
Arthritis and rattling like a medicine ball. And all the rest that comes with it too. Birmingham Gary says, evening all. How you doing, Gary? Hope you're well,
Birmingham.
David Cook says, hello, Gaz, Mick and Daz. How you doing?
Hi, mate.
Hope you're well, mate. Koi Karma says, hi, GD and M. Double thumbs up.
Right, mate.
Andrew Wigley says, good evening, guys. Hope you're all well. And same to you, Andrew. Hope you're good as well, mate.
Evening, Andrew.
Copsy's Koi chatting bubbles. Evening all. Good evening. Hope you're well, bud. Now, thank you very much for sharing the picture with us. We did all have a good look at it, mate.
Yeah.
Boy, that was raw, mate. That wasn't it. I'm not going to have that kind of picture just because I don't want you getting any grief, mate. It didn't look the nicest of photographs, and it's, you know, to seeing a fish in that condition, some people might not necessarily agree with it. So, but thank you very much. I'm guessing that's the one that you just lost then, because you did put a video out saying other day recently lost a new fish. I'm guessing it's probably that one. The worst thing is, when what we were saying is, with the amount of damage, it looked like it was an ulcer, guys, underneath its pectoral, and it looked as if the ligamentation had been eaten through. And I think even if you managed to save or close that ulcer up, I mean, that fish would have definitely lost.
It was impossible.
It wouldn't be able to use its pectoral again, I don't think.
I don't think
That would have never.
Either hanging in the, but a lot of its radial part of it too was missing as well. So, but
yeah,
it would
good for you, mate, because that's the sickness to see your fish get to that stage, and it really is. Fingers crossed for you, bud. You get on top of it and you get back through the right side of it. Hopefully, as these temperatures drop, we have. Sorry, I just got a private message there that did make me giggle. So you got me there, Charlie. What were I saying? Oh well, never mind.
About Copsy's koi with his pectoral.
Yeah, sorry. Hopefully, with the temperatures dropping, as most bacterial infections and most fish illnesses start to tend to be in and around from 10 degrees and above. Hopefully, with the temperatures dropping off, some of the bacteria and the infections might start to die off, mate, and you might start getting back on the road to a recovery for some of your fish. But I guess, again, when it's cold and they're going dormant, have they got enough energy to fight through all that infection that they've gone into winter with? I suppose it's one of those you'll just have to suck it and see how it goes.
We looked at something, didn't we? I think it was in the week of someone that had some fish with problems and they'd healed up, but then the fish succumbed later on.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Healed up and well.
It was damn it. It was a random fish that died, but it looked, I think it had been a fish that had a big ulcer on its side. You could still see where the scales were missing, but 2 or 3 months later, the fish had just died randomly out of the blue. So, I mean, does it necessarily mean, no, not saying it does, but does it mean if you cure it on the outside that all is good on the inside? I would like to think it would be, but you never know, do you? It could have been something else that was still rotting away on the inside or still being eaten away by the infection going internally as opposed to coming out anymore like it did with the ulcer when it burst out.
Yeah. I think it depends on the size of the ulcer as well, doesn't it? If it's a big one, then it's hard to heal it inside and out completely.
Yeah, that picture, what we did see, that fish, unfortunately, it did need euthanizing, in my opinion. There was no way of saving that fish whatsoever.
Yeah, if it had been my fish and it got to that, I mean, God damn, that must have been sore. Every time it moved its peck, that must have been screaming money. It's got to be
cold to make, though, isn't it? Because in the back of your mind, that you can turn it round, and it's only when it gets really, really bad that you realise that you can't.
Yeah, I think sometimes you've either got to draw it on the line, draw it a line under it when it gets to a point of. Some people might not like this, but more than the value of the fish, and whether or not it's worth to carry on when it's getting as bad as that. What point do you draw the line? Where do you say that the end?
That's a question, isn't it? Where do you draw the line?
Where do you draw the line? Yeah. What's prolonging and what's not torture in a sense, but suffering.
Long in agony, isn't it? It's got to be painful. I don't care what anybody says. So something, and also of that depth, and or any ulcer of a 10 pence size, say, it's got to be painful.
Yeah, I mean that were a good. It looked like a good sort of this sort of size kind of thing, didn't it? It were a good size. It were, I would say, close to 2 inch if you'd have been able to open it up and have a good look. But yeah, gutted for you, mate. Really am, bud. Chris Enton says, "Evening, guys. How you doing, Chris? Hope you're well." Dave Littlewood says, "Evening. How you doing, Dave?" Andrew Wigley says, "Koi Karma. Hi, Graham. Hope the fish you treated is okay." Life Around the Koi Pond says, "Hello, guys. It's great to see you all again. How you doing, Jamie?"
Jamie.
Si, up North Koi Pond, says, "Hi, guys." How you
That's
doing?
right.
Dave Littlewood. Wow, Daz.
You have to be in our house. Someone else leads it for
Fastest
you.
shoveler in West.
In Midlands,
West.
East Midlands.
East Midlands.
Not as fast as Mick. That
Oh, no.
lasagna the other day. My God.
Bring it, isn't it? Gone. On to Koi Karma says, "Hi, Simon, thumbs up." West Brom Koi says, "Good evening, all." Now then, there you go.
Evening.
West Brom Koi. The question I wanted to ask you, mate, the fish that you had that you lost quite suddenly, this was West Brom's Koi that we were looking at. That's the fish that had the big ulcer. We think it is, because we had a look at some of your other videos and we spotted one that you were treating with an ulcer on it. I'm pretty sure that the one that you lost randomly out of the blue was that particular fish, was it, mate?
Gashiki,
You're about the gashiki, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice fish.
It was. It was
It
beautiful.
Yeah, he lost one quite recently, and they were, but you could see
He just died for no reason.
Yeah, but you could see almost like there was still not 100%.
Where the scale was smooth.
Where the scales just either hadn't fully grown back or there was coming back. I'm pretty sure it was yours, mate. Let me know if it was. I apologise if it wasn't. Paul Mick, good evening, everyone. How you doing, Paul?
Evening, Paul.
Thank you very much for the subscription. Appreciate that. Koi Karma. Hi, WBK. Dave. Dave Littlewood. I have the same feeder as KWPR. It's Ace. Bit of kit. That helps.
What kind of feeder?
Yeah. Thanks for the inside information. We're all now going to go search WKR's channel.
What price is it, if you don't mind me asking?
Quickly there, we've got a hi Dave, and we've got it. I got it second hand for 30 quid. No, that's not bad. That's not bad price at all, really, for a second hand. Guess it works perfectly well, mate. It does its job. How many cycles can you set on the programming?
I think it might be the P7000. P7000 Fishmate one, I think it might have.
Oh, the Fishmate, yeah. Right.
If
anybody else has got it, which one are you using?
P7000. And that is supposed to be quite a good, and it holds, I think it holds 3 kilos of food.
Yeah.
The hopper does.
That'd last the day then for Jeff, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Feed it, top it up in the morning.
Your
back up next morning.
The one you've got holds 3 kilo or 2.5 kilos.
It's got a fair size hopper, yeah. It's just a nightmare to work out.
Yeah. Program on it's a little bit complex. Dave Littlewood says, "Hi, West Brom Koi." Ilsley says, "JBL one is great."
Yeah.
There you go.
Right, I'll look that up.
Price, Ilsley, have you any idea how much it set you back?
Oh, 265, about 260 quid.
Is that the one like what Mike had?
Their one's what Mike had, yeah.
Yeah.
They were
big
they
feeder
were
as well.
I mean, they ordered, I think it 25 kg, I think, with it, 50 kgs, right? They ordered quite a lot.
Yeah.
Especially a 3 mil as well.
Well, to be fair, the amount of, I mean, there's enough people there, and it's around regular, it's close to you. So it doesn't really matter how much it feeds as long as it's a couple of days worth. It's enough, isn't it? I suppose it is. How much you go through when you're programming it in, I suppose, and how much you're going to actually drop out each time you feed. West Brom Koi says, "Hi Dave, J and R. Up North Koi Pond." Si says, not the P7000. It's okay. I think I've got the P7000. It's okay, but I feel there's not enough programmability for settings when you want it to feed and the unit amount. Right, there you go.
So
The P7000.
P7000's not too great then.
West Brom Coy says, Si. Up north, Coy Pond says, P. Dave Littlewood said, all I know is it's green. One side, and I put it on a different program that can feed multiple times between certain times. And Dave, you're a star. It's about as much as a chocolate fireguard. That it's
That's
green,
definitely the one I need then.
and I can program it, and it spits out food.
Yeah, it sounds like it does sound like a P7000.
Sounds like one of the comments that you get on Amazon, that, isn't it? Yeah, all I know is it's green, spits out food, and I can program it. Jobs are good. Up North Coy says, yeah, same as me, Dave. There's not enough options on it. Right, so it is the P7000, that's the same one as the site. At least we know, right? But there's not enough programming. How many times can you program it per day, Si, with that? Sean Morris says, hi all, hope everyone is okay with a thumbs up. Sean. Dave Littlewood said it's a great bit of kit for me and served me well the last 2 years. Right. Telford Coy Pond says, evening all, thumbs up, smile of face. Weekend is getting close enough this week, mate. How about that? Yeah, it's been a busy week. It's been a very busy week. Dave Littlewood says, evening Phil. West Rom Coy says, evening Phil. Cushy Coy says, hi all, how you doing, mate?
Hi,
Love you, mate.
Evening.
Telford Coy Pond says, Pete and Dave and everyone. Up North Coy Pond says, like I said, it's okay, but frequent feed, you just can't adjust the feed units. This means that the feed any good amount of food, you have to have it feed a lot and sometimes too frequent.
Right.
Right. So not.
You can't put a bigger quantity out each time.
Yeah. You're not selling it, yeah, really. It sounds reasonable, but I mean, do you need to put out a mass quantity when they're only smaller fish?
Depends the size of your fish. Yeah, I mean, mine aren't that big, so
smaller fish are not going to need as much, are they? And the smaller there's a question: do they all work just as well with different sized pellets? I don't know. I've never used one. Do they work with a 3 mil pellet, or are they only suited to certain size pellets?
And are you using them outdoors or are they undercover? Because the one I've got, the one time I actually managed to get the damn thing to work, it rained and the water sort of built up on the hopper bit where it slides into the pond, and it all stuck round the end and started to build up and backed up and jammed inside it.
So you need some kind of a cover over top of it.
Yeah.
Ideally, then stop the little feed tray getting wet, all backing up on it. Telford Coy Pond says, Si, or just buy two. I think they're great little feeders. There you go. Well, there you go. Well, that's another option, isn't it? I suppose if they're relatively cheap,
yeah,
the price of anything else, you could buy two, and you could have one programmed at one side of pond and one programmed other side of pond, so it fed every couple of hours and alternates. Gives you another option, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yeah. Life
around the Coy Pond. Jamie says the temperature has dropped like a stone this week. It has, mate. Proper ass. And what's your takes on blackout Britain? They reckon they'll be out for up to 4 hours at a time. Yeah.
Rubbish.
I think it's scaremongering myself, mate.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if it goes to being off 4 hours. What about all those people that are on some form of, kidney dialysis machines at home or ventilating machines at home? I guess they're all going to have to start getting a backup battery system so that they can keep themselves alive. It would.
Guys, I've just looked up. Guess what I can see right now on the fish tank we took the corridors out? A white baby. White baby plant. Right there.
So that's the other tank.
That's the other tank. So the albinos, Mike's albinos, has bred in that tank, and we must have transferred the babies from that tank into that tank.
On that piece of wood?
on that piece of wood.
Well, then that means that. Sorry, guys. On the weekend, I went to pick up a couple. I got myself an L333 from Mick and some X-ray tetras because he's trying to not get rid of his fish, but he's wanting to rescape the tanks. He'd got a few numbers of some fish, and I'd got a couple of them of the same. So he's put his in with mine, so that I built up my numbers and Mick can rescape. But when we did, we took out a piece of bogwood, mate. That piece of bogwood went out for a good 20 minutes. And it would just rest outside. That means that they hung on in there for like 20 minutes without... I never saw any on it, though. Have you had a look in that piece of bogwood, see if there's any holes?
It's spider wood, and it's all smooth. It's all smooth, mate. So it's 4 in the other tank, and I can see 1 in this tank. So there's got to be lots more.
Yeah, they're going to be hid under slate then.
Yeah.
Mini caves. You'll end up with a good 30 or so. You watch.
Yeah. That's cool. That is.
Commons that you've got 250 them little buggers, aren't you? If anybody needs or wants any common bristle nose, Mick's your man. He's got loads of them.
You can have them for free. You can
Talking minnows.
only
Non-koi related, but still fish.
Anybody wants any type of bristle, any type of black, just let me know. You can have them. Because, yeah.
Dave says, well, it's like out. It's not for everyone, but if everyone likes the same thing, we'd only have a few types of koi. Very true. Very true. Up North Koi says, there is that, Phil, but for the price of 2, you could probably buy one of the superfish. Yeah, right. Well, there you go then. That's the answer to what I said. If they're reasonably priced and you can get 2 for the price of a decent one, then that's not much point, is there? Koi Collector says, evening all. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're good.
Hey.
Mike KH, evening nights of the GKP. Evening, Mike.
Evening,
I hope
Mike.
you're having a little bit of fun. Mike Bass says, whatever pond feeder you go for, it needs to be slug proof.
Yes.
Else they can sliver up the shutter and jam it up.
I have had that as well.
Yeah.
Covered in slime, and that jams the pellets up even worse.
You know what?
I actually found one inside it.
I hate that kind of thing. You know when it's summer's night and you go whip out the garden and go just bang a few pellets on it. It's just starting to get a little bit of dew on grass and you get that slug between your toes because you're barefoot. God damn that freaks me out. That's one thing I can't stand. Horrible little shits. Yeah. Dave Littlewood says, Mike, I've had the same feeder for 2 years and never had an issue. Irish Jody Coy says, JBL Pro Pond Auto Feeder for me. Yeah. I just wish it could be programmed not to go off in temperature drops below desired range. But other than that, it's brilliant. Nice one.
JBL Pro.
There's a couple for you to be looking at. One's a green one, recommended by Dave.
Yeah.
One's the something 7000. And the JBL Pro, but we'll get all these comments later on anyway.
Yeah, the JBL Pro is the one like, and it's solar powered.
Oh yeah, that's a serious bit of kit, that isn't it?
Yes.
I think all slugs moved out of Huddersfield, Dave.
Yeah, wait till you see some of the other comments down there from Mr. Si.
Well, I don't live there. Laugh my ass off. I mean, I won't say it, mate, because I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to say just in case you don't want anybody to know. I was going to say where I thought you did live, but I don't know the address. Where do you live again, Dave? God's own country, he says.
Yeah.
Koyagi Design says, sorry I'm late. Mrs. was sacking, but I reckon that means slacking. So my tea was late. Oh, God. You brave. Yep, there you go. Slacking. Isn't Huddersfield, Yorkshire? Yeah, the true heart and centre of it, mate.
Yeah. God's country.
Yes, it is. Not me, Gaz. Oh, what the hell's video was that then? I'm gonna have to go back through my history and find out where it was. Sorry, bud. Apologies. Good. That's good anyway, because it means you won't lost a koi, which is brilliant. Up north, koi pond. Well then. Still God's own country is Yorkshire, and surely Gaz will agree. Damn right, mate. First God created Yorkshire, and then he created everything around it. That's what this stupid saying is. Some along them lines. Nah, it's where you sent everyone when Derbyshire was full.
Derbyshire.
Technically,
Derbyshire. What a joke.
we need to make Si our geography expert anyway,
Yeah.
because he's definitely a geography expert,
Sheep.
especially being up north, Koi Pond.
Yeah, he
That's
likes
not
wellies.
up north.
He likes wellies. Sheep. He's from Derbyshire, though.
It's from Derbyshire, which
Yeah,
is
he likes sheep and
Midlands.
wellies.
Which
Like-
is what?
He likes sheep and wellies. That's what
Sheep
I'm
and wellies.
Yeah.
Velcro gloves.
saying.
Derby. Ugh, with a lot of vomit. Hi all. How are you going? How you doing, bud?
Hi, Ashton.
Hi, Ashton.
Hilsey says I got it for $260, but it was a great but it is a great bit of kit. I got a cheaper one for £75, but would only feed 3 times a day. And it's broken before the guarantee ran out. What I got in the screen, and that was what I got in the screen, and that was green. There we go.
Just went green. Yeah. Green screen.
Green
I've
screen.
been looking at the JBL ones. They're about 80 quid to buy.
The JBL. Is that the
JBL
one that?
Pro, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not too bad.
What, the one with the
Cheaper than
solar
paying a
panel?
member of staff to run
Yeah,
down there
but
and
no,
do it
it's
every
not
day.
a solar panel. It's a plug-in one.
Oh no, you get the solar panel one. The one I think it was Ilsey, that one, was it? That last comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Was it?
I think it was. It's further back up. The JBL was Irish Geordie Coy.
Yeah. The £260 one. That is the Pro, and it's a solar panel.
Sorry, not JBL. Superfish. I was looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Julie
Superfish are about
Kendrick
80
says, hello,
quid.
everyone. Good afternoon or good evening.
Hi, Truda.
Dave Littlewood says, I didn't have that issue, Si. Nipping Coy says, good evening, all. Good evening, Nip.
Evening, Nip.
Go on, Daz.
Seska.
Teska's Reef and Pond. Hi, everyone. Smiley face. Fitted my thermostatic 9 kilowatt air source heat pump today and went bankrupt yesterday.
I've been head all day today, Seska.
Seska. Have you've been rehearsing, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
What's that? Nipping Coy. Pond at 15 degrees C, unheated and closed. Sweet, that's not bad. Mine's been holding at about 11.5, but I think it's been dropping off on a night to just below. I'm saying 9-ish. I think that's the lowest it's gone. But this week they've not come up every morning for food. When I've got home out at evening, when they've had the heat of the day throughout the day, I've gone out. Pond's been about 12.9 to 13 degrees, and they've taken some food in the evening, but the mornings, I mean, it's been pitch black most mornings when I've been near enough getting up. It was this morning. It was really foggy and miserable. It was crap. But no sign of them coming up, so they didn't get on. They had no breakfast for the last 4 days in a row. So, but they've had an evening feed, and that's all they've had. So I'm just backing off and let them tell me when they want it. Koi Karma says, good bit of kit. Seska, hope you're okay. Thumbs up. Everybody's going to keep putting that lady name in now, so I struggle to say it. Up North, Kai says, what issue, Dave? It being green. Lisa Leach says, evening all. Good evening, Lisa.
Evening, Lisa.
With Nip in Kai's.
Yeah, partner. That's it. He said that last week. Yeah.
Saskia says, I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Koi Karma says, yes, all good, thanks. Koi Karma says, hi, Lisa. Look at this. Go on, Dave, ladies, man. Dave Littlewood. That green one, you liked that comment. It's me on Amazon, mate, with the reviews. You know what? I can tell with the description. The JBL Pro is the one. I got it worth the money. There you go.
Yeah, that's the solar powered one.
Yeah.
A couple more. We'll go through a couple more, and then you can do up to 20 feet a day. God damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's.
I would say we know where some are.
built-in temperature and holds a lot of food. Up North Koi Pond says Up North was based on the principle that every other sod at the time was southern salties. No issue. No issue, Sue.
Sigh, is it?
Yeah, I just thought it would be a sign. It's better. It's more fun sometimes just to read out what people put. Carlos of the Sea says evening all. Evening, Carlos. How you doing, bud?
Evening, Carlos.
Yes, the one I have has the solar panels. Sweet.
They're good. They're sweet.
How long does the battery last on solar then? Does it? Well, I guess it daily charges back up, like. But if you didn't and you switched it off, can you go plug in as well if you're not getting enough sun? Can you do both? Dave Littlewood, issues with the amount of koi food. LOL. Sorry. Ilsley says, my pond holding between 14 and 16.
That's good.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? I mean, yours was up at around 14 and 15, but it was red up down at yours at weekend, down at your mum's. It was absolutely well.
I can't test.
I mean, I know we were doing a lot of digging, like, but
no, even I was just sat there, man, and it was hot.
I left my house in a kind of hoodie and a puffer jacket. And I got to your house, and I'm like, God damn, it's warm down here. Get these took off. Copy says, thumbs up, folks. They deserve it. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Nip in Koi says, mind on 250 grams a day plus crab sticks. So you're still feeding high protein, even though you're less than 15 degrees.
I'm still feeding high protein, to be honest, guys. Mine are absolutely loving it.
Yeah, well, if they're coming up, mate, they're having it. Let them have it. If it's not doing them any harm.
I bet they had 250 grams today, easy, in 2 feeds.
This is a good one. This is from Mike Bass. Daz's mum with an alarm clock is your current auto feeder. Have one of them when you're done, as mine is cracking. makes a cracking lasagna. There you go.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mike.
Fell to the Sea says, I'm okay, thanks. Been making a pond bigger, all good fun. I bet that's been some good fun this week with all rain that we've been having, mate.
Yeah.
Dazza says we haven't finished and it's already started filling.
It's all full, yeah.
Ilsley says, yes, you've got a plug lead for it as well, but I've never used it. That's good. I know we've all had it for over a year and a half now with no problems. That's pretty sweet, that. A year and a half and it's still holding its...
I might look into one of them, because if it's solar panelled, then you're not going to have any problem with it. That'd be a good one to use outside.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's got to be 100% waterproof if it's solar panel, hasn't it? Or solar powered. So apart from a little bit of the feed,
the hopper
type thing. Yeah.
I have a feeling it throws it out.
Oh,
yeah.
It's on a worm drive, isn't it? It flicks it.
Yeah.
Irish Geordie Coin says, yes, you can either charge the JBL Pro from the mains, but the solar charge is really good. Mine is always fully charged just from the solar, and we hardly get any sun. That's sweet. Well, there you go, Daz. You've got a fair few there.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
To choose from. Nice one. Life around the koi pond. What's your take on variable switch for pumps and the stuff that you was trying out?
I've had one or two people asking me about that.
Amazon myself.
I wouldn't bother because I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people. I've seen a few videos where a few people have been saying that they've had the ponds pumped dry and all sorts of random stuff, and they've just come back, pumps being switched off and stuff's overflowed and everything. So there is a couple of issues. I would say, mate,
shorten the life of the pump as well. That's one thing I've heard.
I don't know. That's another thing, isn't it? If it's Dave says that green one is a battery powered, and it's the P7000, I think.
Yeah.
Love the crap sticks. Looking for them as soon as they see me, and good to have a good look at them if they're all okay. I've found. Yeah, I really enjoyed the seafood platter I put on for them as well. They went mad for that. Yes, it throws it out over 0.5 meter or a meter's length. You can pick. Sweet. So you get a good
Right.
distance with it as well. So you're
Yeah.
getting a good spread as well. Not just wanging it. Does it
Yeah.
just wang it all out that distance?
Yeah, it's like a wide, it's like a fairly wide that vision. And
Yeah. So you get it scatters it out over a certain
meter.
width, but up to that distance away.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Then.
Or
Now, next one, our
Or you
next
get a
little topic.
get a Colin.
Is what?
or you can get a Colin. Or
Get a Colin.
Yeah.
Make him just whiz round there and throw it
Yeah.
down there 7 times a day.
Yeah.
Cole, you up for that one? Where did that go? Koi Karma says mine worked well on the air pumps, but I've got the EA Vari pumps for the filters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the most people that I've seen that were doing stuff with it was to lower the air pumps, wasn't it? But
Right.
Skeggy and I think Skeggy and Jamie that were trialing it out for on a fixed pump, and it did work, but under test conditions.
Yeah.
I guess the kind of thing you really need to do is stick it in a bucket, pumping from one area to another, and just recirculating it and seeing how long it runs before you put it on your pond.
Or if you're handing your local, keep an eye on it, then and try it, but don't plug it in and hope for the best to go to work.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's scatters it so you don't all drop in one little place for them to find. So it does get a good coverage and a good. Sounds like my
The building work done.
somebody in the kitchen's beating the fridge freezer to death. Copy says yesterday me and the daughter Tina took 26 koi out of the pond. 20 are
Affected.
God.
Oh, jeez.
The pic I sent you, he is healing. It was a different koi I lost. Jesus Christ, man. Wow. That's a signal that you lost a different koi, mate. But I would not have thought for a minute that would have healed
I
up.
wouldn't.
Can he still use his pec then, Cope? Can he still wiggle it? Has he got still full? Because it looked, I was zooming in on it, and it looked like the main tendon that attached its pectoral had been partially eaten away as well. No, that's 26.
That's 5. That's
That's great if it has survived, and if
that survived, it shows that there might be a good chance for any others, mate, that are slightly smaller. But 26 fish out and 20 are affected. That's
that's grim.
That's savage, whatever it is, isn't it? To affect your fish in your stock like that. God damn, mate. Gutted for you, bud.
Yeah. I was just thinking we was coming to the last of these kind of things, but it's still raging.
I think there's a fair few people still being affected by it, Daz. Nipping Kai says, Daz, you still want to borrow the truck barrow?
yeah.
We've about cracked it now, to be honest, haven't we?
You'll see from this weekend's video when it drops. If you watch that, is obviously.
We had a Mike Bass. We had a Mike Bass
on the
the gas.
What did he say, Colin, when he came past us? When you said we've got Colin here on the, and he goes on the dumper, on the tipper. Yeah, we got Colin on the tipper as he walks past, and then we had Mike on the tipper, and we had me on the.
We've got a human chain going, haven't we?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh yeah,
Worked.
you got it working, mate. I mean, I was on my phone just getting the whip out.
It did make me laugh how Mike Bass.
You gave me the toilet.
Did it not you? It did make me laugh how Mike Bass was shifting far more than Colin. Made him look.
Oh yeah. Oh, it were what's it called? What's it called? He made it light work for you, didn't he, Mike Bass did? He worked like a trooper.
Yeah. He were running there and walking back. Colin were like this.
I dare look at the size of the pile down the garden. I thought, I wait till it's finished. My God.
Even if we don't need it, Daz. Just to play on it.
Yeah.
Have you got a little 1.5 ton or 1 ton 360 digger as well? Because that'd be awesome. Everyone would be fighting over that for digging them, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Dave says, Dave Senior, I have a Blagden IQ 6000 to a 12,000 vary pump. You lost me again. I guess that's another one of your Amazon comments. West Brom says, not having much luck, Copy, are you? No, he's not, mate. Not at all. He has started to use it, but not much. Well, I would imagine if it's healing, mate, that's good. And if he gets good functionality back in it, I would imagine that it's probably tender and sore, isn't it?
There'll always be a hole there now.
Yeah. Part of the radial on the pectoral had been eaten away as well. That will never grow back, will it? I'm right in saying that.
It looked
more cartilage than finnage, isn't it?
I think it looked sore. I think it looked a bit sore than it did, but the hole, I'll be very surprised if that ever does fill up.
You'll have to excuse Mike Bass here. Nipples. I am the track barra. Forget the JCB. It's GKP. I think what it means to have put there is nipping koi, not nipples. But funny all the same.
Predictive text.
Not really, Pete. From Corpet. Mike Bass, to be fair, Bifter was digging as well. He was for 5 minutes. Then he kept asking for a break.
I don't know what I was doing on the video.
Well, we know.
Very suspect.
Yeah, there is a little error in the video, and a little hint for everybody to have a look. You tell me what you think you were doing. We did play that several times back and looped it.
Yeah.
Charlie Bifter Brown says, at Mike Bass, thank you, mate. Nip, the heart attacks, making a tit of himself. Oh, dear. Right, next topic then. This is one that I'm going to be bringing up because when you're looking for fish and you're having a look online, which a lot of us probably do, we've been noticing quite a lot of it. And basically, it's your guys' opinions and you, the audience's opinion. What do you think to koi being used in commercial fisheries, i.e. fishing lakes for anglers, for clubs and sport fishing? I'll ask you first, Daz. See what you think. And then you guys, let us know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think about koi being used for anglers to catch? As when you start looking on pictures of koi and stuff, there's tons and tons of people out there with great big koi, and they've obviously caught them because they're all there with fishing gear and everything. What do you think on it? Do you think it should be done?
As an angler, I would always love to have a go for koi.
Yeah,
when we went fishing at that lake, I managed to catch one of the ghosties. I've been after one of them for a few years. There's only a few in there. So, yeah, I'd always relish the thought of being able to catch different coloured fish. But ethically, I don't know. I've heard that koi have got a smaller, more delicate mouth than your common mirror carp. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. So, I watched a video, someone was surface fishing for them, and they were saying that the hookup rate was really low because of the small mouth of the koi compared to normal carp.
Definitely small mouth, aren't they, for sure?
Yeah, but are they strictly koi? I mean, I've seen quite a few fishing videos where they are.
I've seen people catching
golden mirrors, like yellow mirrors. They're huge. I mean, they're bloody over 20 pounds. So for a koi to get that size, it will be a very expensive fish.
Yeah, I've seen. I'll show you some of the photos that me and Mick were looking at because we were like, God damn, that's that's a shisui that you can see, and it were huge, man, massive, great big fish. And I know you're probably doing the angler's trick where you're pushing it closer to the camera so it appears to be bigger, but it was still a 15-20 pound fish at least, easily. And then we saw one, didn't we, Mick? That was what do they call the Kumonru when it's ready? Benny Kumonru, is it?
Yeah, Benny Kumonru.
Yeah, Benny Kumonru. And we saw one of those, and it was pure jet black fish, a couple of patches of white on it, and a massive big red patch all over its top. And that was stunning. And that's just a few.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the what's the carp fishing series on telly with
Monster Koi.
Ali? Yeah, Monster Koi. Now,
Monster
this one where they go to Lake Cassine in France, and they do aerial shots with the drone of all the koi that they're going into the shallow end for spawning. There's a monster, absolute monster, bright orange fish. It's obviously either a koi or a koi mirror cross, but it's huge.
Yeah.
And they're doing that a lot now in Europe, putting big coloured fish in the lakes, purely for the anglers.
I mean,
if they're bred by design and they're more like a mirror carp, more robust, then I don't see the harm in it. But if you're catching koi and they have got a smaller, more delicate mouth, and you're using carp tactics, then you're going to mess them up pretty quick, I would have thought.
Yeah.
You're missing the one point.
Yeah.
I've just noticed your name. Michael, the director.
They shouldn't be in their first place. It's irresponsible koi keepers thinking, oh, it's got a disease, let's release it, or oh, it's got too big for my pond, let's release it. That's the point. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's
it's
an invasive fish, isn't it? It's like goldfish being out there. They're invasive.
They're going to crossbreed with all the other carp, and there's potential for disaster, isn't there?
I mean, who's that guy? Who's that? What's that?
There's certain types of carp that are bred to be mules, aren't they? So that they can't. F1s, yeah.
F1s.
I mean, I would imagine if they're in with F1s, then you ain't got an issue, really. But
no.
Who knows? I mean, I suppose if there's a stray one that gets through, that's not an F1, and it's, breedable and breeds.
Yeah. What is that, Daz? Angler's Paradise down south. Chuzzy, is it?
Yeah. Zig Gregoric.
Yeah, Zig Gregoric. His place.
Yeah.
He promotes fishing for ornamental species.
Yeah, but he's got lakes just filled with ornamental species.
He's got lakes for
Catch them all goes in states, doesn't it? Catch them all goes for him. If he sees them, he targets that fish. If he sees them in an open water source, he does target them as well, doesn't he? He goes.
Who's that?
Catch them all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm on about a guy. No. He's a guy who owns a big fishing complex in England.
Yeah. Got his own lake complex, yeah.
I suppose if it's a closed watered lake.
Yes.
But you see, he's just got ornamentals in one lake. He'll have catfish in one, ornamentals in another. I mean, if the ornamentals are all in one lake and they can't crossbreed with anything else, then what's the harm?
Let's see what people think. Twisted Kai says, no, don't agree with it.
I don't. That's
a lake full of butterfly koi.
What if you were butterfly koi, Vince? Would you agree with it then?
Definitely not.
Kayagi Design says, I used to catch him at a fishing lake, should say.
Yeah.
Same. So, I mean, Yorkshire koi. So the weather's getting colder.
Look at that. Where you walk the dog.
Yeah.
A Runnington one. He's a giant. He's a giant.
In there, isn't there?
Yogon in there. And I'm telling you that it must be over a metre long. I'm telling you that it's monstrous.
Yeah.
That's got in there by Sunday release, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Two near us at Swaddling Coat that they've both got koi in.
Yeah.
And they both have KHP as well.
I agree, Paul. The weather is getting colder. Tends to happen, pushing into autumn and winter. It's a cycle. Kai Karma, I don't agree with koi being in commercial fisheries.
No.
I figured most people would probably be down the line of they didn't agree with it. The angler in me says, catch him.
Yeah.
The koi keeper in me says, wrong bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dave Littlewood. Go on.
Would you, right? So if you went fishing and
I've caught my own fish in my own pond before, there, mate. I have done
if you caught a nice,
not in this one, but my dad.
Yamabuki Ogon or a nice shower, you're saying you're not saying you won't try to take it home and try to isolate it, treat it, and get it in your pond.
Oh, I think if I were fishing a water and it weren't supposed to be in there, I'd be asking for permission to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I found one and it were a nice one. And
Yeah.
I would
Turn it up on.
I'd be like, that's coming home with me if I can. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't obviously just take it. But I mean, if you could get permission to take it, and it shouldn't be in there, then why the hell not?
Yeah.
But I'd have to go through some serious treatment, wouldn't it? From being in a
yeah.
natural wild lake, you need to
Yeah.
worm it, treat it, scrape it, and everything else. But well, there's some already in lakes in a local carp lake. It's a tancho koi, but never gets caught, but seen every so often. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So they are becoming more popular, aren't they? And I don't know if
yeah.
in case of it's from people. Is it from people that are just thinking, I own this lake, it's not an open water, it's an oversource, I'm going to put in whatever I want, or is it people?
You're seeing them in rivers though. You're seeing great big, I think, ghost carp in rivers now.
Yeah, there was a 40-pound plus ghostie that used to crop up regular around here in the Trent.
Well, I know
near
our local water
the wall.
had ghost carp in it.
Yeah.
That's had ghost carp in it. I don't know if there's any left, but they did have a problem with blue-green algae and they lost a lot of stock. But that did have ghost carp in there.
Mm-hmm.
Never had one myself, but it did have.
Yeah.
But like I say, just irresponsible owners that think, people are shutting down the ponds, nobody wants them.
Not necessarily. I mean, this is the other thing as well. We haven't had this for a long time, but if you have some serious flooding, what happens when floodwater connects up?
Yeah, floodplains, and they end up.
Yeah, you lose your fish into the river.
Yeah, but that's
nobody's fault.
That's going to be rare.
It's going to get real deep for that to happen to me, does? Real
deep.
Yeah. I mean,
but it must happen.
It would happen, but
it will happen. I've seen videos online over it in States where they had some flash flooding, and some women were catching all these this old guy's koi that was swimming down High Street, and they were banging him in a wheeler bin full of water and bringing them back to his pond until it all subsided. They were just in wheeler bins.
Rainbow trout that escaped from trout farms after a serious flood. They were turning up everywhere. Yeah.
Clifton Brook, that's full of rainbow trout and brown trout. What escaped?
Well, it won't be rainbows because rainbows don't breed naturally in the UK.
No, the wild.
Brownies will.
No, they're caught. No, they've escaped from a hatchery.
Right.
There used to be a hatchery up bit further.
That's probably where these came from then, yeah. In fact, me and my mate caught one each in the Attenborough Nature Reserve. They even made the way into the lakes in the nature reserve.
Yeah.
And that's all from flooding?
Yeah, from flooding.
I mean, look at the catfish problem. The catfish problem, what the Trent's got at the minute.
Yeah, they're everywhere now in the Trent.
And that's from same thing?
Yeah, there's a big lake up near me, and someone illegally introduced loads of catfish. They got up to well over 70 pounds, and then we had a big flood, and they were breeding prolifically, and all the little kittens and some of the big ones straight into the Trent, and now they've been turning up everywhere in the Trent around where we are.
Shit. They're a serious
you've got to get rid of them now.
Yeah, it's the Wells. It's a European Wells catfish, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not going to be good for the natural.
That's a cash one in the Trent, though. I bet it give you a run for your money.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it would as well. Against that
one in the canal.
Yeah.
Behind Crown Court.
Yeah.
Kayaker Design says if they're in lakes, then they're going to get caught. If fishing's allowed, you can't select the fish you catch. You're right, mate. But
unless you
should
surf
they be there as well? I suppose that's the next question now. Should they be there?
No.
But they are. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They are there.
In an ideal world,
common.
Ideal, is it?
And if you Google it, you'll find that there's quite a hell of a lot of pictures out there where people have caught them with, trophy photos and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's one in the Arawash Canal. I saw it 3 times. A Gold North about 10 inches, swimming backwards and forwards up to the lock gates and back. It's obviously someone must have chucked it in there from their pond.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the people we watched, they caught a bloody Becco. A giant Becco. What it? Yeah. It was a giant Becco they caught. A bloody awful bloody big thing anyway. But...
Up North Koi Pond says, have they been stocked by a club or out of someone's backyard pond? If the clubs are stocking them, then it's not right. Saying that, neither is it if people are disposing them out of the pond.
Yeah.
I know 2 clubs that stock them on by design, on purpose.
There you go. Then. So they do exist in UK. I didn't know if there was any waters that actually had said, this is going to be banged with. I mean, I suppose it's a good way of getting rid of low grade koi.
Yes, this is the thing. Most of them tend to be low grade koi.
Yeah.
You don't get, high end Japanese koi swimming about in lakes.
I mean,
Damn it! So we're not going to be able to go find a good one, then, Daz.
No.
Oh yeah. I could take you now. Where there's a couple of nice fish. Nice. What's it called? The orange. It's a metallic fish. What like you've got?
Squash tomato.
No, Benny. Is it a Benny Kiku?
Yeah.
What you've got, Gaz?
Kikikuru.
Yeah, but it's the orange version, the red version of it.
Yeah, the red version, orange version. Benny Kikikuru, then.
Yeah, there's some of them in Crompton Acres Pond right now.
Oh, right.
And you can
get rods out then.
I've tried. I've tried. You're not allowed to fish it, but I've tried.
Mike around the koi pond says, do you think koi fight any harder than regular carp in fisheries?
No.
The ghost koi didn't seem to find that hard, did it? It kind of came in like just rolled on its side.
Yeah.
But pretty much all those fish there, didn't they? They give a bit of a go for about 30 seconds, and that was it. They were straight. The only time they felt like they're having a good fight were on mixed course rod. Then it felt like a good
that was
fight.
good though. That rod was pretty cool.
It was.
Put some tension on that rod, didn't it? Doubled over. I've got a big one. No, yeah. Double figures. Look at rod.
It did though. I think my biggest one was about £4, wasn't it? And then
look at that. Koi Karma says, I think common and mirror carp are now more expensive than salmon.
Wow.
With a question.
Yeah, pound for pound, they probably are.
Yeah. Delicacy in France, though, isn't it, carp? Again, Poland as well.
Poland, yeah.
Poland.
And it's quite nice.
All Eastern Europe.
I think the Japanese eat it as well.
The Japanese
Well,
eat
yeah.
Chinese.
That's how it started, wasn't it? I mean, they
Staple.
pretty much eat up with a pulse, though, don't they, over there? Like Kayaga Designs, Monster Carp.
Yeah. Cracking program.
It was until he left and set his own company.
Yeah.
Hang about. We have to get prepared for this one. Sorry, guys, but it's not so often we get this one out. We'll put that one up there. Charlie Bifter Brown and Daz and Bifter won the biggest catch.
Yes, we did.
Statement of the week.
Bitter losers, aren't they, Bifter?
Oh yeah, but we didn't see it.
That one, guys.
I was to officially adjudicate it was the biggest fish.
But you're going to say that you were fishing with him.
Yeah.
Why? What reason? Possible reason would I have to lie about it?
What's it called?
Food for a prize?
Yeah. Is it? Oh, guys,
Pay
one
me.
of them. You scratch my back, Daz.
Yeah. It's one of them ones, guys. Oh, Colin's just had a monster carp, biggest at day. Where is it? It's back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a
We all seen Brandon's, didn't we?
Yeah.
But what actually happened was it jumped out the net and some slime went on his trainers, his new white trainers, and that was it. He went into meltdown. It's like, ah!
Is that what he was moaning about? Because he were all over his hands as well.
Yeah. I thought he'd caught fish before, but apparently he'd never caught fish before. He'd never been fishing.
Have you not?
No,
I didn't know that was your first time,
I
Cole.
think it took him by surprise.
Congratulations for coming in second place. Let's get rid of that one. Back to the comments. Where were we? Chris Enton caught many koi, some really good size in the past. An old Makins.
Makins, yeah. Makins
Preventions always viewed them as just carp when stocked in a commercial fishery. Yeah, I suppose. But they are carp, aren't they? But
yeah. Just coloured carp.
Just coloured carp that we all tend to be a bit more fond of. Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? I'm guessing Koyagi Designs ain't got a problem with it because he's done it. Chris has done it. I'd do it.
Yeah.
But
I would, but I'd probably feel guilty afterwards.
You feel guilty afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference? Why do you not feel guilty when you catch any other pretty little fish just because it's not like orange and
Because
red?
it's wild, it's meant to be there, isn't it? But when you're catching something that's not supposed to be there, I don't know.
Guilt sets in.
Guilt sets in, yeah. It pricks your conscience. You think, oh, that's like one of my fish. I shouldn't really be catching that, putting it up here. Yeah.
Paul Mack says, I've caught koi. Didn't know they were stocked in fisheries. They put up a good fight, but it doesn't sit right with me. See?
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm catching a koi and I keep them. I shouldn't do it. I suppose I get it. Catfish, now they fight.
Catfish, yeah, they do. So I've heard. I've not caught one. I'd love to catch one.
Oh, sorry, Mad Dog. We missed this. Obviously, a little bit behind on comments. Guys, all the best for tonight. Just going for the night shift.
Evening, mate.
Have a nice as possible as you can night shift, mate. Yeah. I hated doing them shifts like that.
It messes up your body clock. It's horrible.
Oh, ZYG.
Yeah. Zig Gregory.
Yeah. Stop koi. There you go. So there is a fair few places that do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the place near us. It's like a big pub. It's like a restaurant. And then there's a big car park and there's a huge lake there. And there's loads of, you can see them from the car park. There's loads of koi in there. It's a big map picture.
I think they look cool being in there. I think it just brightens up.
It does.
Normal fish. Because most, I mean, yes, they are pretty, they are nice. You can appreciate a good mirror carp and all that lot, but you can appreciate a koi carp more. I think it spikes it up a little bit for anglers, mate, in my opinion. Dave Littlewood says, anyway, got to go. Catch you later, everyone. Which means his wife's just come home and he's got to go make tea. See you in a bit, Dave. Carlos with a C says, I would. LOL.
Yeah.
And then we've got Cargo Design says no, because that's illegal. But yes, if it was nice. No, because that's what's illegal? It's illegal to catch koi.
Unless you're talking about catfish. Catfish is illegal to be stocked.
Again, no.
Well,
as long as they can't, escape into a like a body of water. It's like what do you call them? Grass carp.
Yeah.
It's not illegal to stock them as long as they can't escape.
As long as they can't get in through an open water source or a leading water source from or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Koi says very pumps versus non-very pumps. Which is the best? I'd say varies, mate, because whenever you need to, if you had to, you can turn it down. You can reduce your flow. You can up your flow. Should you need to get more turnover of water quickly, if you needed to get a bit more oxygen in from a waterfall or something, I would say now I've had a varied flow. Every pump I get from now on in will be a varied flow, one that I can adjust, definitely for sure. So for me, mate, with that question, definite vary.
Yeah, I've got varied flow.
Not to say that the others aren't good, but
it's not just Evolution Aqua that do them as well. There's
Jaboa.
Yeah, there's some of the lower budget ones now.
There's
their own version of varied flow.
There's a fair few different types now, isn't there, that are out there that are more affordable.
They're all made in the same factory.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me at all, mate. It really don't.
Stick a different
Carl
badge on it.
says, Koyagi. Nice there, mate. Mike KH. Ghost carp are very hard to see, does. Oh, there we go. Spooked easily. Sorry, we've got to have it. I've got you guys fill for a little bit about this, and I've got to make the dad joke of the week banner. Because between Mike, funny how they're both Mikes, but between Mike Bass and Mike KH, you're getting pretty regular with these now. So we're going to have to start getting the best award, tonight's award. I'll make one of them, and we can bang you out.
It is getting towards Halloween, isn't it? Speaking of which, pumpkin.
Oh, speaking of which, pumpkin.
Yeah.
Check this out, guys. Look at this for a.
You made a start already.
I'm just growing it, Daz. I'm growing it. I've been watering it every day.
Well, I'm going to do it different. I'm going to carve a marrow.
God, this, I still need to wash it because that's where it was laid on. Like that. Flipping heck. Here's one heck of a pumpkin.
That's what she said.
Yeah. It looks like a Yamabuki to me.
Super mango.
Yeah.
That's done. What I'm going to try do, if I can, is I'm going to carve a koi into it with GKP underneath it. That's the idea. But yeah, that's one beast of a pumpkin.
Well, let me get mine.
Yes, mine's bigger than yours does. Hey.
Yeah, but mine's longer than yours.
You did. You're going to go for it. You're going to have a go at Mara. You did a grass carp out of a Mara.
It's not how big. It's not how big it is, mate. It's what you do with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like pumpkin soup or pumpkin pie. Or marrow.
Stuffed marrow.
Or as Jeff
You
said,
do a lot with a marrow.
Yeah.
mallow wine.
He's
Mike,
white as
yeah,
a
you
You might have found a replacement for your cricket bat. Ilse says, I did it job where it flooded. The customer told me the koi were swimming around the garden.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only problem with an in-ground pond, isn't it? But that's why you build a pond.
It doesn't take much to
flood. It'd have to, I mean, I've said this before, that it'd have to get pretty deep to flood me where I live. But we had an underground.
Not necessarily.
I don't.
No,
Rainwater runoff.
I mean, 360 meters above sea level, so yeah.
His brother lives on side of a hill, and behind him, it's probably 1,000 yards or meters higher up to the top of the hill. The water, when we had heavy rain, comes down the hill and washed all the mud into his swimming pool, completely trashed his swimming pool, ripped everything through all the way down, and he's on top of a bloody hill. He still got flooded. So if he'd had a pond, he would have lost his fish. He would have gone down the hill and then ended up in some stream somewhere.
Well, and the shame being that he had to clean his swimming pool out at the end of it. Such a sickener of having to clean out your swimming pool. What a big garden must be to have a swimming pool.
He should have had koi in it anyway.
Yeah, it should have been. That should have been a pond for sure. Just a waste. Yeah. If you could have had a pool that you could have swum in with it as well. I'd love one of them. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. What do you think to that? Swimming with your own koi, would you? If your pond were big enough.
Definitely. Yeah.
Keith and Paula, I think they'll be hiring theirs out. That thing's huge. It'd take them a month and a half to fill that bugger up. Oh, they've got some good water pressure anyway, that is for sure.
It's massive.
Koi Karma says, Paul, very pump, everything. There we go. Irish Geordie says, well, I'm 900 foot above sea level, so if my garden floods could help the rest of you. I hope you can swim, mate, when it gets to that depth. Paul from Koi Karma, again, just in case, very pump all the way, in case you didn't hear it first time, or me. Keeping water. Now then. This gentleman, now what would you think? Koi may be more fragile than wild strain carp. They still be less fragile than some of the native fish. So if you're okay with fishing for them, that's not. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that comment because that's coming from somebody that does keep just native fish.
Yeah,
a smart challenge you've got as well, mate. I enjoy watching them. See, it's food for thought, isn't it? I knew that'd be a reasonably well. I knew it'd get different opinions on it, but I didn't think. I see a lot of people that keep fish, normally anglers as well, or were at one point.
Yeah. That's 80% of koi keepers are anglers.
Copsy says the River Severn is starport used to overflow into Lawford's lakes years ago. Oh, they probably had a fair few fish flushed out or flushed in as well.
Yeah.
West Brom Koi, having never been fishing ever, I'm playing devil's advocate. Why is it okay to catch fish? Catch some fish, but not others. Good man, yeah, that's what I say. If it's okay to catch one fish, it should be pretty much okay to catch them all. But I understand that some people aren't with it or aren't up for it at all. And I do think it's better that they change things with barbless hooks and such, because sometimes you go someplace.
Don't use the barbed hook.
The fish mouths are just ripped to pieces.
Yeah.
And the amount of, damage it does to them when they do. I'm glad that they've started making it more so that anglers take care of the fish that they do catch.
Yeah, it should be imposed on all waters, in my opinion.
And this is an interesting comment as well. Keeping water, chag would be easy to catch. Sure, would. Be like that. Really,
whistling, they'd all come swimming towards you.
Angler's Paradise is a koi lake just to fish on.
Yeah.
Now you got me tempted in wanting to go fishing for koi.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of reviews
do
you think you'd get on that video if you did that? I wonder if that'd go down well. Nipping koi. Me and Lisa just eating steak chips. You got this. Very pump all day long. Steak and chips. Ooh, steak and chips. Yeah. And I've eaten it as well, but that just made me feel a little hungry again. Paul Mack, if every filtration system has a sweet spot, you've got to be very lucky to hit it without that I would totally agree with that, Paul. 100%. And that for me is why from now on in I'd always have a bearer, because depending on stages of how close mine is to needing a clean, depends on whether or not I might have to up it or down it a little bit in speed.
Yeah.
So I know now by how the pond flows and how it.
Yeah, me too. You start to lose flow, don't you? You know it's time for a clean.
You think it's time then for its filter clean, but knowing that I can turn it right down and knock it down and then unplug it if needs be and all the rest of it. That's a definitely agree with that. Keeping water. Thanks for the nice comment, guys. Appreciate it, mate. Some of them underwater shots you've done a fantastic book, and I love the natural
YouTube channels, guys. Yeah, and it's a pleasure for you to be here, mate. Because
very much so, mate. Thanks for joining us, bud. I've got to admit, I like looking at your stuff on Instagram as well, mate. You've got some plonkers. The fish. I've got to admit, one of my favourite after your mirror carp have got to be the rudd. Nice. I just like how they belt around everywhere.
Yeah,
they're like proper wick fish, but the red that they've got on them is stunning when you see them in the natural environment. And there's no more of a natural pond, mate, than what you've got in your gap.
Yeah,
must take some maintaining and keeping when it comes to winter months. Right now, I bet if you haven't done already, I bet you're getting ready to put in all the nets again for all the leaves that'll be dropping off, because that's got to be the koi keepers or pond keepers' nightmare, isn't it? Leaves dropping fall.
I've always fancied having a predator pond with some big pike in.
Yeah.
Some catfish.
Thing is, though,
perch.
They get to perch. Yeah, because you can feed them on
worms.
What they would actually go for. But if you bang a pike in, it's inevitable that at some point you're just going to end up with one really big pike.
Yeah.
But I do love some of the American channels where they've got the
bass,
big mouth bass,
big mouth bass, dogfish, all sorts, don't they?
And if they wank shiners in for them, don't they? And you can the underwater shots when you see them just boom, they hit. The big mouth bass hits hard to say it's not a fish without. It's no teeth, has it?
No, it's just a
they hit a fish.
It's
a fish, the whole size of themselves near
Well,
enough.
because of the vacuum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boom. Some
Yeah.
cool videos.
What's
on
it called?
YouTube.
You want to check YouTube out where the feeding shiners, Shiner Sam, Shiner
Yeah,
Sam,
China Sam. Yeah, that's where that's.
Florida.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of a guy that goes to do it. Paul Culfero.
Paul Cafero, Joey Slayham.
Yeah, they all go, don't they? Wanging them in.
They all go because Shiner Sam's got 2 great big ponds now, and you can go and feed his bass.
Yeah, but some of those bass, mate, are monsters.
Yeah,
Monster bass.
Yeah,
they look. They don't look like bass anymore. Some of them are that big.
no,
They were hitting them before they even hit the water, though, Mick. Have you seen some videos?
They have though in Florida.
When you throw them in, they were coming out and smashing those fish before they even hit water.
Oh, it can hold them above out the water. They all come and jump and get them.
Yeah, don't know if you've seen that, but check it out. Some good
China
videos.
Sam's,
Well,
yeah.
Good videos if you enjoy fish eating fish. Not so good if you don't like fish eating fish.
Not for the squeamish.
Yeah, all the fisheries all the fishes I fish ban barbless hooks, and it's mainly novice anglers that cause damage to fishers' mouths. Yeah, it is, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The biggest bugbear is people that wait a long time, waiting for that float to go when you know it's a little fish and like that it's already swallowed that hook bait, and then you end up with straight down past the road.
Yeah.
And using too weak a line or
snapping off all the tackling the fish. That's bad. Yeah. When I've seen fish towing top sections of poles around and stuff where it's pulled out.
Yeah.
To be fair, I have been guilty of that once. I was pole fishing. I took me elastic out. I took my top 2 tips off, and I laid it down outside, and I hooked the hook around the end of the line, around the end of the pole, and I mustn't have put it on perfect, so it twanged off and flicked into water. I just popped to the bathroom, come back, just as I was getting back to my box, woof, off went my pole tip. First thing I did, jumper off, trainers off, bang, straight in after it. And I got it. I got fishing as well. Landed it. Oh, well, chuffed myself. Bit piss wet roof for the rest of the day. But Yorkshire Coy says, has anyone gone to Morrison's and come home with fish and said, look what I caught whilst fishing? No.
Maybe it's mackerel for dead bait, it's for pike, but no.
Yeah, I've bought fish for dead bait from the supermarket before, definitely, when you go piking, but I've never ever done that now. Yorkshire Coy, Chris Enton says, Yorkshire Coy, my locals Morrison sells carp on the fish counter, so it's possible to do that. See? Have you tried it? We have.
Yeah, it was nice. Surprisingly nice.
But was it nice because of the sauce that we're in? Or was it?
Yeah, the sauce
nice?
Yeah.
Wait till you see the next one from Mike.
Mike K says, what koi fish are always involved in motor accidents? Crashing guys. That's the last one tonight. Oh my God. You definitely win. So Mike gets tonight's award for dad joke of the evening. Karashi guys. Dear me. Daz Enton says, Daz, if you set up a predator pond, you'll instantly found a good use for it.
No.
Perfect outlet for them.
That sounds like Mick, we're going to do the shame.
No,
yeah, I'd kind of agree with that, mate. It would be a place for all the biffers to go.
They wouldn't see it coming. It'd be a quick ending for them.
Yeah, and it would be natural.
Yeah, it would.
But I'm telling you now, these two would never do that. It's hard enough to get rid of a fish when it's
soft.
Right. This topic came up at the weekend. Vince, if you're still on, mate. We had a
I can't believe you're going to say this.
we had a shag, and it was a stunning body, stunning shape, stunning fish, but its head were twisted, so we called it Twisted.
Called it Vince.
We called it Vince because we had twisted koi. What happened to it? It took ages for eventually Daz. I mean, I'm not just talking about his head being slightly bent.
His head's on sideways.
His head were on sideways. So he was really good at swimming in circles. Really good. But it got his scalation on it was perfect, wasn't it? It was stunning.
Yeah.
But it had to be sedated.
No, he
Well,
didn't.
No, it didn't. But I
Still
tried
alive.
to say, what happened to it then? Where did it
It
go?
come to my ass and I gave it.
Oh,
right.
yes, that guy took it, didn't he? But I kept saying all this time, I kept saying, oh, this needs to be. But somebody somewhere owns a twisted koi, official. We
I mean,
should
what's it
have
called?
given that as a gift to him.
We can't kill Vince.
We told him his name's Vince and he's still alive to today.
You've got to see if you can get a picture of that fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. Seriously, it was like a boomerang.
It was proper.
Like if you drop from a height and
His head was full on like this. It was proper right over, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
it didn't also look like it would just tweet that way. It was kind of tweaked and turned. It was definitely twisted. So yeah, it was named.
It was definitely, yeah,
It was a special fish.
definitely special. But if I chat Steph in now, she'll say, "Oh, everybody needs a disabled fish." That's what she said.
Yeah.
You know I
No.
I think culling needs to be done for a reason. I don't agree with culling fish when there's no wrong with them. No matter what the
just the wrong pattern or something.
But if there's something disabled or some deformity, then my worry is that if it spawns and breeds with somewhere else, then you start producing bad genes into line. And that's my only reason behind it. But Irish Joy Coy says, I just set up my own little YouTube channel. There we go. Right, bear with 1 second, mate. Let's give you right. Where the heck is that one? I have a tin of sardines, which is the next comment. So there we go.
What's your channel, mate? I'll subscribe.
Yeah.
My iPad ready.
What is it?
Oh, it's not going to be. It's going to. I'm going to guess that it's not the one that links to your channel, which comes up with Chris Henton. Have I clicked on the right comment there?
I don't know as you have.
Yeah, must have.
I don't think it was Irish or a Geordie.
Where's the comments? Oh, sorry, my bad. I clicked on the wrong one. Why is the comment not there?
Lost in cyberspace.
Yeah, your comment is not on the live. Cole, can you see that comment in the live? Because
all I can see is I have just set up my own YouTube channel.
yeah, but I can't find his comments not there in the upload that's going out. It's missing. I've got Mike KH's, and we've got Chris Henton's, and then I've got Copsy Coy chatting bubbles, and it's and then I've got Nips.
Yeah, it's not there, mate. It's not there.
But it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop a link in the. Oh, he can't. Why is his comment not showing up? But it's coming up in there. The only reason why that would be doing that would be as if you'd already been banned before. But Irish Joy Decoys is definitely.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's definitely not there, mate, because I'm looking at it as well,
No,
mate.
it's definitely not there. Because none of you guys can see that gentleman's comment that I'm showing on my screen now within.
No.
Strange, the channel is Irish Jordy Coy. I'll tell you what we do then. We'll do it this way. We'll do it this way, mate, and then I'll still get you. We should still be able to do.
Irish Geordie Coy.
You don't need to tell it. I can copy and paste it. I found your channel there, mate. That's weird.
There you go, mate. I found it.
There's the subscriptions. That puts you up to 111, and I will share.
Hold on, mate.
What's it called then? What's
Irish
your channel
Geordie,
called?
Irish Geordie Coy.
All right.
So I will bang a link in there for everybody. I don't understand why that's doing that, mate, but I will look into it and see why. See what we can do. But there's the link for Irish Geordie Coy's YouTube channel, guys. Do us a huge favour. Pop over and give another YouTuber. Well, you're already going up, mate. You're up to 114. So you're rising, mate. There you go, bud. All the very best, mate. I don't know why your comments aren't coming up, but I will still keep putting them up for people to see. Right, sorry, that's random as hell. Copsy says, I have a tin of sardines. Yeah, my favourites. Sardines in spicy tomato sauce on toast.
They smell nice, but I just can't bring myself to eat them.
Oh, they're proper nice, mate.
Really.
Nipping Koi. I've just started a YouTube, Nipping Koi. Right, well, let's do you a huge favour as well then, Nip. Hang about. I mean, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that when more people watch as they catch up for a week, mate, you might get a few more as well. Go to channel. There we go, Nipping Koi. He had 84 subscribers. He's just gained another one with 85. And we will bang yours out there too, mate. Copy. And we'll stick that out there.
I've got Nip Koi. Is that the one?
Nipping Koi, 84 subscribers. There's the link.
Yeah.
I've just shared it for you. That's
right.
it. And if everybody could do me a huge favour, pop along and give him a like, share, and subscribe, and ring that bell for his notifications on both channels, please. Fingers crossed, guys. You get a couple more from that. I'll give you a quick refresh now. You've now got update to 9. There you go. Irish Geordie, you are now up to 116.
Good luck, mate. Like I say.
Fingers crossed, bud. You get a few more by end of week when we normally get up through. Go easy, new to it. Hang about, I've missed a few. West Brom Coy says, well, everyone else is on it. I've just started a channel too. And we should share and subscribe. West Brom Coy.
West Brom Coy.
West Brom. I'm already
West
subbed.
Brom Coy.
Go to channel.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Copy.
Hold on.
And paste. Boom. I can't subscribe again, mate. If I could, I would. I already am. But there is West Brom Coy's channel. Anybody else want to shout out? Anybody else want the channel? Let's put one out for. Let's put one out for Copies as well. Seeing as always had a lot of shit luck. Let's see if we can bring him a little bit of good luck and get him a couple of few more. I'm sure he could do with the support right now, guys.
Copies boy acting bubbles. I know.
I can't again, mate. I can't subscribe again, bud. I really would if I could.
Subscribed.
I'm already subscribed. Copy.
Yep. Go.
Paste. And there's Copies as well.
Right, so.
If you could do me a huge favour again, guys, hop on over, take a look at the channels, give them a bit of support, help them grow. Let's see if we can make a community as it should be to support and help each other.
Yeah. Here.
So, right, there's the link for one of them. That's going to be for Nip in Koi. That one's for Irish Geordie Koi. And the next one that I put in then was for West Brom Koi. And then we've got that one there for
Copies Koi.
Copies Koi. And we've got this one. We'll bang out one again for
Jamie.
For Jamie as well. Life around the koi pond. Copy, paste. There you go, guys. There's Jamie's from Life Around the Koi Pond as well. And you can do us a huge favour, swing by and give him a sub as well.
Go on.
Right then, so where were we? Subscribe from Jamie, Andrew Wrigley. I might have to start
Cannelloni.
a cannelloni. I might have to start a cannelloni. What's cannelloni? What's that?
It's like a pastery thing. Isn't
Pasta.
it?
It's a fish dish. Sounds nice. Charlie Biffy Brown says West Brom Koi already subbed with you, mate. There we go. Copies. Cheers, everyone. No, my pleasure, mate. Thank you, guys, from Live Around the Koi Pod. Not a problem, bud. And West Brom Koi. Cheers, Charlie. I might have to start myself a channel as well, seeing as I'm doing pond build. Yeah, damn right, mate. Go for it.
Yeah,
Get the
that always
pond
gets good doing.
Pond build's always good for getting subs and people watching, mate. Everybody's interested in seeing how you do it and how you go along and how you go about doing it. It's just somebody around here has got the same remote control, keeps changing lights on the PC. Well, pisses me off. I'd love to know who it is. Oh, it's something with the same frequency that does it. It gets right on my nerves. It's like Light Wars every night. I must turn it back to my right colour that I want every night, and then it changes and changes and changes. Sorry, you don't need to know that, like, but it's just something that ticks me off.
They all share the same frequency, apparently. This is the trouble.
They do, yeah. So somebody's got to be either a PC that's got the same lights in. I'm going to chuck it out and get some new ones. Nipping Toy says, thumbs up. Charlie Biffed Around says, Life Around the Koi Pond, sub to you as well, mate. West Brom Koi says, thanks for the weekly podcast. My pleasure, mate. It's helping you grow, and I appreciate the plug that you give me back for. Very much so. Right. What was the next one? The next one, which was that one was a little bit controversial, wasn't it? Got people talking, didn't it? Your guys, as in, not these two, well, you two as well, obviously. Money saving tips and advice for new pond starters, for people that aren't, too au fait with what they can do to help cut costs this year with the sudden hike prices that we're going to be getting. I mean, all of us have got one or two already, and we're forecasting more again for the future. Is there anything that you guys out there as viewers would recommend for each other? I mean, there's always the basics, but has anybody found that super secret or, that one particular thing that they do that they have found saving them money?
I mean, really, what are the main costs of upkeep for koi? It's really electric and food, isn't it?
Yeah. One thing I don't think you can scrimp on is the food.
Yeah. We found a good, reasonable price food that's give us good growth without having to resort to sake, ikari, and all the other crazy price stuff.
Yeah, some of the stuff, which will tip us into another topic as well. So when you're saying like that, foods are an expensive thing, but we've got to feed it, and there's no point feeding them shit. If you feed them crap, you end up with a lot of crap.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Which costs you in long run because you've got to upgrade. If you feed well, it's expensive, so it costs you in the arse pocket. If you want to cut back and you want to, do you see that massive long plug I give you there, West Brom? That one massive, look, that stayed up there for ages. But I'm thinking more along the sides of cost effectiveness for when, like for example, somebody's already mentioned it and touched on it a little bit, using the Veriflow pumps, using stuff that you can knock down, turning off your UVs.
Yeah. This
time of year, I'm saying that this time of year, you wouldn't expect to be getting a lot of blanket weed. But boy, I know a few people that have got a lot of blanket weed. One guy that could
sell the stuff.
Kind of specializes in growing the stuff. I saw blanket weed this weekend just gone, and I shit you not, it must have been nearly 6 foot long. And that was in a matter of 2 weeks.
We are that much. He made a ball about.
Yeah, come out like this. And it just kept going like this and wrapping it round his arm and round his arm. And it just kept stretching and pulling and pulling. But when we looked, it was one full long length. I didn't think blanket weed grew that long.
Yeah,
I mean,
one full sheet. It filled a bucket.
You definitely are now. Yeah, you're becoming a specialist. I mean, that was Guinness Book of Records stuff.
It's high quality blanket weed, mate.
Yeah, Vince is the same in his ponds, and I mean, it might be down to cost, might be the fact that it's not that it's temperature wise now. It's getting to a point where,
I mean, it was in a tunnel, so maybe it's a temperature
thing, but inside the tunnel for you, I mean. It's kind of still like back in the summer, really, in there, isn't it? It's still warm.
Yeah,
it's still warm enough to be in a t-shirt.
I had no problems as such with blanket weed outside in the other tanks.
You're not noticed your big pond, then?
No, I says tanks. I wasn't mentioning the pond.
Yeah, we were netting up a fish in there, and I thought, "Oh, Daz, you got blanket weed." Which was pretty obvious. Because
the fish just wrapped itself up with a blanket weed like
yeah, it was like that. It's like, I'm not feeling too good. A bit cold. Just snuggle up in here, get cozy and warm.
But it's crazy though, because we only cleaned them out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So I was going to say as a suggestion, knocking off your ultraviolets, but if blanket weed's still growing, and you're still going to get green water, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I changed the water a tank in the tunnel. At the weekend, and it's green again.
It's to do. You know what it is? It's all to do with your filtration. Plastic media ain't gonna take green water away.
No.
Mine, I'm not being funny. My screen, my sponges, they take it out.
Yeah.
And my water
fit a new filter with UV this weekend, so hopefully that'll solve it.
Yeah. But like I said, my water's crystal clear for some reason, and I ain't had my UV on for what, 2.5 months now.
Yeah, it's
crazy. I mean, I don't know if it's
yours has been off for months. Yours has been off for months. Even Mike Bass will vouch for this. At the weekend, crystal clear.
Yeah,
a few leaves on bottom, but that's
to that
to be expected with the massive trees that you got back here.
Yeah,
but I mean. A net over, but then it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Deep water, so a bit of a vac out at some point, Mick. It's not a big deal, is it? But
I took some out. This morning. What I do?
It was clear enough. Yours had been off that long, hadn't it? It was still clear enough to see a leaf on the bottom of the pond.
Oh yeah,
and that's 4.5 foot deep.
Yeah,
5 in places. Yeah. So I mean, that's how clear it was.
But what's it called? What I've been doing is. I get the pan net now, and I just waft it, and it knocks all the leaves up into the water. Forget to scoop it out. Because the Hoover I've got is pretty shit.
Yeah, yours is like mine, and it's one that comes on, goes off, comes on, goes off, drives you nuts.
Mine is great.
You get 6 pieces of fish poo sucked up, and then it's gone off again. And you're like, wait for 30 seconds, and it comes back on again for 15 seconds and back off. It feels like it's on a lot less than what it's off.
Yeah.
But,
30 litres of water. Bloody hell. Suck that up. You know what I mean?
It should just keep going. It should just keep going and emptying, I think. Just keep cycling out, straight in and flow straight out other side.
Yeah.
I mean, I just tip it into my garden, into plant area, and just keep feeding that big bush at bottom of my garden.
Yeah.
That's where I'd steer all mine to. And it's worked on that because it's grown like crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, to get back to what we were talking about, have you got any tips that you guys would suggest for cost saving?
Not going over crazy with the UV, because is it 1 watt per 1,000 litres? I mean, people have way too much UV than they need for the volume of water.
Yeah.
10,000 watt UV.
Yeah.
What's yours? Make about 500 watt.
110.
110 watts. Yeah. It's a lot of watts, isn't it?
That's 100,000 litres.
Yeah.
But let's see what some of the people have been putting, see what they think. We had the Irish Jody Coy. It says, "Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. Glad to be involved. My pond is definitely not the norm. It's the Irish Jody way, but I just love it. That's what it's about, mate.
Yeah,
that's what
mate,
it's all about.
He's got some. 2 weeks ago, he brought some lovely fish. But I've just seen.
Now we've got another channel to have a nose at now, mate.
Yes,
as well. Sorry, you might get bombarded with a lot of comments. Life Around says, "Thank you, Charlie Mifty Brown." I don't know if I already read that one out right. If I did, I apologise. Yorkshire Koi, my advice is to consider low wattage pond pump. 100%. If you can get a low wattage pond pump and a lower wattage S pumps.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's going out and replacing all your gear, isn't it? I mean, yes, you're going to have a layout. In the long run, it'll pay for itself. But that's the way that you can go and save some money in it. You can save by cutting back on the watts that you're using.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm saying this and bringing this one up is there's a hell of a lot of people now on marketplaces and such selling off pond equipment, full pond empty, full shutdown, and all the rest of it. There's tons and tons of people. Now, either people are really getting hit hard, or the ponds were really expensive to run, far more expensive than mine. But again, I mean, I am considering now, as mine is coming into winter period, in knocking off my UVs, because I've got 2 running on mine and still don't come anywhere near mix. I've got a 9 watt and 15 watt running on mine.
I don't think yours, Dad, Gaz, Mike's, Collins come anywhere near mine still. All of yours don't.
No. If you put them all together, they're still not yours.
The whole core community would still be less than yours, Nick.
When Mick turns on his UV, it's like turning on the national grid. There's a big legal art.
The whole street dims.
All the street lights go dark.
But no, it's
Nipping Coy says, "Very pumps don't get cheap food." Yeah, cheap food's a no, mate.
Pumps.
I've had some cheap shit this year, and it was shit.
Jurassic poo, wasn't it? It's like Jurassic poo, wasn't it?
Oh my God, man, it was like it was like Jurassic shit in my pond. It were everywhere. I mean, it were massive, like huge, great big slugs all over the place. I've never seen. I mean, one thing I will say, if you want to give your fish a good clear out, feed them some crap food, because to get a seriously good clear out then, because it's everywhere. But it's not good on your filter system.
Very pumps. Very pumps, mate. They aren't cost effective.
No.
I'm sorry. I mean, I've got a 20,000 very flow pump, and it's 195 watts when it's on full power. Don't get me wrong. I don't put it on full power, but there are low wattage pumps out there. 20,000, well, maybe not 20,000, but pumps that would do my pond easier, that are less wattage than that.
Yeah. So they're not always. I mean, sorry, Daz. Keeping
it's been a long week.
It has been a long week, hasn't it? What we will do is we won't make it too much of a late one tonight again. Mike Bass's comment, there you go. Not going to my local koi dealer saves me money. Saves me too, because mine shut down. So that's going to be a saving now, because I won't be able to go there anymore.
But to be honest with you, we haven't, and it seems controversial, but we haven't got any premier koi dealers near us. I'm not slagging the dealers that we've got round us, but I would never buy. I wouldn't buy koi.
It's our nearest, but I would class premier koi dealer.
Yeah.
And that's what 25, 30 mile away.
Yeah, and it's a hell of a long way from me. But you're right. Same thing around by me, mate. They're in tenny. They're in tenny at all. And those,
mate, there is a big difference from a premier koi dealer to a koi dealer. I mean, Sai would tell you, because he's bought fish from Quinny Koi, I believe. It's just when you buy fish from there, you know, all places can get parasites. We all understand that, but it's just the buying experience. I mean, I've bought 2 koi from there, and it's just the buying experience. It's a great environment to be in. The staff are a little bit rude. The staff were a little bit rude. But
Say how it is.
oh well, like I said, I don't mean it in a nasty way. But
This directing light's got to his head, guys. Wait till you see this week's video. I mean, he's a totally different guy.
as a what's it called? As a consumer, you do expect good service if you're spending £100 or you're spending £5,000.
To be fair, mate, a good shop shouldn't make a difference how much you're spending. All
Exactly.
customers should get treated equal,
That's what I'm
regardless.
saying.
Even if you're only coming in for a bag of food, or if you're coming in for a £4.5 fish, you should get treated as you expect it. Right?
Yeah, but unfortunately, you don't.
It's not the case in a lot of places, mate. But that's not just in koi. That's
in all.
That's in fencing companies as well.
Yeah. Oh damn! Yeah, there's the comment.
Story.
That was disgusting, mate.
Definitely.
The cost of treatment. Sorry, guys, we do tend to just go off on a little tangent on our own every night. We should invite more people into his chats because we don't have to talk some random stuff. The cost of treatment is high, so don't go bigger on pond size than you can afford. Yeah, this is what I was saying.
Very true.
This is what we're saying to Keith.
Me.
God damn, that's going to be $6,000 to treat that pond for parasites.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, it was it was what's it called? It was 1,300, 1,200 quid.
Yeah, for one treatment. But that's if you do a double dosing of Alprex. No, Lernex Pro.
Lernex, then normally you have to treat Alprex
Alprex afterwards. Yeah, it was a lot of money anyway, wherever it was.
Yeah.
Don't buy pond filters, fish, and waste your money feeding them. Don't buy pond fillers. You didn't buy them. You were giving them squash tomatoes. And you give them away. Sacrilege.
Forced to take them.
Now look how big they've got now. Who's laughing now? The mother-in-law is, mate. Fish are bigger than yours. Life around the koi pond. Subscribe to him. It's great to be a part of a friendly community. No trolling and effing and jeffing. Happy days. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. And that's what we want to be. That's what we want to be.
That's all we want, mate. Yeah, man. Like I say.
This isn't about us in any way, shape, or form. Although I do appreciate people subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. It's about a community thing. It's about learning and talking and discussing with each other, as we always do, week in, week out. That's why some of these
sharing information
are purely for you guys to feed back to us.
And we learn from you guys. And hopefully, you guys learn from us.
Yeah.
Okay, just sharing each other's knowledge.
Yeah.
Life around the koi pond says, I've had my UV off for nearly 5 weeks now, and it's just starting to get a bit murky.
Yeah.
I found it last year. I did a shot on it, and after I switched mine off, and it were off all winter, and it did go a little bit green. I couldn't see the bottom, and you could see the fish when they came to the top. In 4 days, it was back to crystal clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You mean me? You mean me? You mean me? You've lost me. What do you mean?
Me.
I think we ought to have another random statement of the night. That one, we'll make that one as well. Random statement of the night. Yosh Koi's got that one. You mean me? Yosh Koi, my UV 25 watts for 2,800 litres.
That's way overpowered. For that.
See, that's 25. That's more than you need, mate. Mine's 4,000 litres.
11 watts would do that.
Yeah, you do that with a 9 watt, mate. My pond before I up my filter system was running off a 9 watt, and that was 3,700 litres. So yeah, 4,000 now, and it's running on a 24 combined with the two. West Brom Koi says, my cost saving is not getting involved in expensive drone shows.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, mate.
Very much so, mate. Yeah, I agree with that one. That saved me some brads too. Koi Karma, I think Irish Geordie Koi's setup is cool. I can't wait to have a look at it now.
Yeah.
Simon Shears says, hi all.
Hi, Simon.
Thanks for joining us. Bit late, never late, mate. You're still here. Gaz, go to Sekoi. Sequoia Services, Koi and Pond Supplies in Garforth, Yorkshire. Very nice place. I remember you saying that before. I'm going to remind me to take a note of that. There's a place we can go and do a visit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, and we'd like
Thank
to, like
you.
I say, one time we'll have to, like I say, meet up with Yorkshire Koi.
We can meet up with a couple of people from up this way and go and have a look
Jane,
around.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go out to
100%.
see Koi, and like I say, go out for a bit of lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
Simon Shears says, lucky for me, I've only got a 3x2 by 1.2, so it isn't that big. Some treatments can use quite a few times if necessary. That's it, mate. That's the beauty. That's why I'm not going too big. I'm going to keep it within an affordable treatment level because, God damn, I've put some treatments in my pond this year. Parasites.
Yeah.
I nearly effed Jeff.
Yeah. These guys will tell you I bit off more than I could chew when I went that big, didn't I?
But he can say,
Hold on, Brendan.
I have got the biggest pond, but not for
For
long.
now.
Not for long. Dave Littlewood says, I'm back, and mine is a 55 watt on a 2,000 gallon pond.
Wow.
What are you doing, Dave, to try and cut back costs of pond expenses, electric wise, this year? Are you making any adjustments? Nipping Koi says, I'm on a 30 watt and it's 13,500 litres. See that?
Yeah.
Hang on, mate.
Hang on.
Feed your fish apples to save pounds.
It's crackers, isn't it?
I don't know whether he's ever been
Wicked,
serious or whether he's just taking piss. You come out with some pelting one-liners, you really do. I tell you what, it has cost to heat my pond this season, but the missus is laid at the side of me. Well, there's Mrs. Si's going to turn around and give him up.
Yeah.
Bang. How much?
Yeah. Si,
Simon Shears says, go on.
yeah.
I'll read it
Si,
out after.
you have bought Koi from Quinny Koi, haven't you, before?
Yeah, he has, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I do believe he got his shower from there, did he not?
I think Mike has. Mike has.
My God. Mike, that shower's nice, mate. Oh, obviously you're not watching. If you are, you're not commenting, but that's nice. 50 quid, that fish is well like that. That was a bargain of the year. We should have another one, bargain of the year. Yeah, that was a stunning fish. Hell of a nice fish.
Yeah.
For 50 quid, I'd be well chuffed with that. I'd be as chuffed as with that as what I am for my 50 quid check, because that's turned into a nice fish, in my opinion, anyway.
Oh, it is. Nice.
Oh, I didn't read that one out. Sorry. Did I? I've got a 72 watts UV. Well, OTT, well over the top. But I've not changed for nearly 2 years. I'm still not changing until I notice a change, if any, trial and erroring type of thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that thing, where it does all them emojis, so I don't have to do it myself.
And how? What size is your pond, Simon?
What? Simon's
Because he said a minute ago, didn't it? So
3 meters by 2 meters by 1.2 meters. So it isn't that big.
Bloody.
And a 72 UV.
UV. That's worse than mine.
Yeah, mate, that's you can drop that down a hell of a lot. Save yourself.
15 watt.
You can do it with a 15 watt. What?
Yeah. What?
West Brom, Koi, you have just joined one, mate. LOL. West Brom, Koi, you've. Turning Backy off at the weekend and UV off. Being off, the UV's been off 4 weeks, so you're turning off the Backy shower. So you're reducing. Now, I said I might think about doing that. Turning off my external one and just leaving everything running on the internal one. And just lowering it down to 50% and having it run just ticking over That's what I'm thinking about doing. But I'm going to keep the air going regardless. It's the same pump that's run all last year. In fact, it's the same pump. That air pump has been brilliant. This is its 4th year running, and it's been solid every day, all going, and never skipped a beat, not once. Apples, yeah, I'd probably just do myself saying that, Anna. Apples question: how would you prepare them?
Oh, no, he's going to come back with something.
You know he's going to have a recipe now, don't you? West Brom Koi. It was cheap one copy at my limit. Yes, a few, Mick. That's where did the Tancho come from there? Hello, DT from Copies.
Do you agree, Si? The buying experience from a place like that, it is good, isn't it?
No, I don't ever find it good, me, spending money. I'm Yorkshire. So.
No, but the overall experience, you go in, you look at the fish, wow, some nice fish, nice presentation of the food. You know what I mean? But you go to these, yeah.
Next year, I'm on the hunt for a shower.
Me
I
too.
want a shower.
Yeah, I'm
not bothered about it being a massive one, and I'm happy for it to grow on, but that is my fish next year. I am having a shower.
Yeah.
Just till Daz's grows, because that's a tancho shower. Well, it's not a perfect tancho, but it's still damn nice. If you get some size on it, then I might have my shower. I might not need to buy one, but I might have to buy one just for it to have a mate. You know, like I'm a shower, you're a tancho shower. You know, so like a tancho.
Like I say, I've got dibs on all the fish at Daz's koi farm.
Do I get any dibs on anything?
So if Daz were calling out putting fish in his, I thought this was rather selfish of him at the weekend. We spotted some really nice fish when we were saying, and Dad says, I think that should go in my show pond. And I was like, he didn't even say dibs, man.
That Sankey, there's going to be a Sankey guys coming up.
Thank you. I think that's long.
Beautiful little fish.
Irish Geordie Coy says, in the summer months, I run 10-stage filtration from 2 pumps. It helps living on the hills. I have trouble parting with stuff.
Yeah.
Coffee says, Pete, you could have got me one. Oh, I missed one. Nip says, Sire's got koi from A1 Koi.
What are they like? Because that's an interesting thing. I wouldn't mind going to visit, actually.
Yeah.
Where's A1? Is that Wakefield?
No, A1. It's on the A1 itself.
Right, near Newark, somewhere around there, is it then?
Oh, a bit further up, I think.
Further up north, yeah.
A1.
Yeah, I've always fancied nipping to A1. I've seen a lot of their adverts and the fish.
It's a long road, A1, Mick. It goes past
good.
a lot of places.
Really good.
No, you know where Sherwood Forest is, that area?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Robin Hood's place.
Yeah.
Around that way. Well, there you go. There's another place we can go then. A1 Koi.
I want to go to exclusively Koi.
I
want to go and see Richard.
Which one is Absolute Koi?
Absolute Koi. Sorry. Absolute Koi.
Yeah. There's Darren as well, isn't it?
Richard.
And there, Sire says, sure, I've Nip in Koi. Rich is a top bloke.
Yeah.
Is Rich?
1 minute, I've been summoned.
Uh-oh. So that's A1 Koi. It wasn't A1 Koi. Who did the other Karashigoi Grown show?
Walker Koi.
Walker Koi. That's what I was thinking of. Ashton Kendrick says, have a good live and goodbye. Cheers for joining us. See you later, bud.
Dude.
Nipping Koi says, yes, sir, he's got 5 for me to pick up. Ooh. I'm guessing you're going to be picking them up relatively soon, though, because you're going to get to a point where it's going to be getting too cold to be putting them in.
I guess.
Especially if you're indoors.
I guess Nipping Koi lives in the great thingy of Nottinghamshire. Or thereabouts.
Sorry about that.
Are you a Hobbits?
Yeah, we're from the Shire. Yeah. What's it called? Hobbitses. Yeah. No. Not called. Size.
You got real big feet.
Size a bit of a bar, isn't it?
I wouldn't say that side. I'm telling you, look, see, since you become a director, it's all coming out. Dave Little says pumps at 43 watts and 2 air pumps and 1 pump for the Nexus. So is that 2 air pumps or 3? It's 2 and 1 were free when I went to school.
Yeah, but you said
Silence, man. Like we were all waiting for an answer. Sorry, you have to write it back in, didn't it? The Tancho and the Hoshkin shower was from Rich.
Rich. What? So that's A class, isn't it, or was it absolute? I think that's the name, isn't it? I think is it Darren or Richard? Absolute.
I thought it was Darren at Absolute because I thought, oh, he's got the same name as me. That's what I remember.
It might, yeah.
But he's got some cracking fish at Absolute Koi. Me and Steph there. Some monsters as well. Some absolute massive fish.
So are these places all open all year round? So, so we can go look. We might not be able to buy, but.
I think you could buy because
some places get to this time of year and they get below 10 degrees, they won't sell you a fish.
Yeah.
My local wouldn't.
Oh no,
sure.
What's it called? Japanese wooden garden wooden.
No, he's cut 9, he's closed off his netted off and covered them over, hasn't he? And brought them all indoors, kind of thing. West Brom Koi says he has some Copa. For anyone interested, Walker Koi has some more Genji, Jumbo, Tosai, Karashi Goi in cheapest chips. There we go. So he sold all them over 20 odd then. So he's doing all right. And I'm guessing it's just Walker's Koi that's actually doing the growing show. It's not being covered by YouTubers as it's his growing show alongside or being provided by Walker's Koi. I don't know. I'm asking. Wine gum. Flipping heck. Go pet. I'm not DT anymore. I'm just a subscriber. What did the T stand for? Because it should have been DL, shouldn't it?
Daz.
What?
Daz.
Go long.
So Apple,
get excited about
you cut them up into small chunks, let fish eat them. There we go. So in case anybody didn't know, that's how you prepare your apple into small chunks and let your fish eat them. Up North Koi Pond says, I love going to Quinny when I have the money to spend, but it depends what I'm after, really.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just a nice buying experience. That's what I always found.
Yeah, like a kid in a sweet shop.
Yeah.
Well, I've already got my Christmas present from the family. Got to pick it up yet. You'll have to wait and see. But we ain't going to see because you're not DT anymore. So how are we going to see? You'll have to send us a photo. Ask Rob Walker for a shower. Yeah. Daz's show was nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Growing show. He did some cracking shower.
Yeah. He had some amazing kahaku as well.
But didn't Koi Beginnings fish came from Quinny, didn't it? Because he got Vince one at the same time.
Yes.
I do believe his fish have put some serious size on it, man. 20 odd CM in a year.
Summer event, yeah.
Yeah.
But we was
there.
there.
It's not even a year, is it? I'm sure he said 20 CM, didn't it?
We was there. We was right beside him when he bought. We were standing next to
I was tempted because they were 50 quid a pop, aren't them?
Yeah.
Yorkshire Koi says, I do the same with watermelon and apricots plus apples. What do you do with the apricots and the watermelon, though?
Cut them into squares and feed them.
I was hoping he'd just type it in again and tell us how he cut them ones up. You just
you could get an apple corer, couldn't you? And punch through it and make little pellets.
A1 Koi is auction run on bands.
On band?
He's based in Alfreton.
All
right.
I thought A1 Koi, there was an A1 Koi up on
the A1. Well, we have to find out where it is, regardless. Yeah. A1, all fish from Koi wholesale. I'm in Staffordshire, Armitage.
Yeah.
What's your address again? Got 5 fish coming. We'll go and have a look.
Yeah.
2 air pumps and a water pump. What's KM running all winter, guys? There you go. Kayaga Designs. I'm cutting back on costs. Taxi arrives in 10 minutes. Oh. Yorkshire Koi. I have a pump I'm trying to sell. It's a aquascape pump. It runs at good luck.
Wow.
It runs at 147 watts. It's well too powerful for me. Yeah, well too. Using too much power for everyone.
Thirstier. I mean, that's even thirstier than my 15,000
In your ass.
in my shed. In my shed.
DT stood for Dave Tony. Tony is my part. Right. And she came up with the name. No, right, cool, mate. I didn't know that. She came up with the name, and we're going on with Dave's Koi, decoy, laughed my ass off, but was already taken. Oh, yeah, decoy, yeah. And Gaz, I still haven't got a Facebooker out to show that you will see. Right, one sec. Guys, my next one is for you. The price of koi and koi equipment, foods, nets, bowls, filters, etc. What do you think? Do you think we're paying way over the odds? Do you think we're paying about the right price, or do you think we're paying extortionate and we're getting his arms ripped up his back? That gives you a topic to talk about.
Yes.
You guys to comment on while I sort this thing out once and for all from me and Dave.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say we're getting our arms ripped off. Now, I would say certain things are expensive, overpriced. The one main one is bloody koi bowls. It bugs the hell out of me. You can pay a fortune for a blue bowl just because it's blue.
But people, if Jeffrey is watching, we found a company that does 60 cm bowls, and is it 80 cm or 90 cm bowls for 16 quid, and
that's to you, Paul. Nice one, mate. Sorry.
Is it 16 quid, Gaz? And 20.
Oh, the link that I got, I'll tell you.
What's the company called? I mean, like I said, I'm sure he said it was
Somebody
cheap.
Sent, one of his viewers sent it to me last week.
No, it was Jeffrey.
No, it wasn't. I got this sent by another chap.
Because Jeffrey bought some.
It's come through to my phone because I ain't got that one connected up. I'll have to.
Jeffrey bought some.
It's the same place. It's the same place where Jeff is from. But yeah, it's a massive, great big koi. It doesn't have a measuring tape in it, so you'd have to get a measuring tape and stick it in it. But they do 60 cm, they do a 30 cm, a 60 cm, and a 1.2 meters. So like that, like a massive.
It was something silly, wasn't it? But a lot cheaper than you can buy them from the shows or the koi outlets. And they are blue. You could get them in blue, yellow, red, black.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that information was supplied by Jeffrey.
Well, yeah.
I've had one of the viewers last week send me a link for it directly, which is on my because it's Koi. So I do have a link.
We'll put it into the video.
This is your time to shine, director.
The other one that really, really winds me up is Jack Mattin. Why does it have to be £100 a sheet for a little 64-foot sheet?
It's not even a big
plastic,
sheet.
It's a waste product, isn't it? It's not even anything fancy.
No.
I mean, that is total overkill price-wise. I mean, that really should cost about 20 quid, no more.
Yeah, but it's supply and demand, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The product sells, the price goes up.
Yeah, but not normally. If something's really popular, the price comes down because it's the more that's sold, the cheaper it becomes.
Keep filling, guys. I'm trying to find something for Dave.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's no real alternatives. I mean, I know they do a cheaper version, but it's crap, and it's not that much cheaper. So you might as well buy a proper Jack Martin.
That stuff that I got was not Jack Martin.
No,
and It
It
weren't
don't
cheap.
work the same, does it?
It wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap. It
It
was
does
what?
work, but not as good, in my
Not,
opinion.
but not as effective as the original Jack Matting.
Yeah. I
Because
think
Japanese
the
matting
dual
better. Proper Japanese matting's for quite pliable. Where that
Yeah.
one, what Gaz has got, that was stiff.
Stiff
But
rock hard, yeah.
the thing is, though, Jack Matting was actually used as a tarmac underlaying surface.
Yeah.
That's what it was originally made for. Yet we use it for a filtration system, and we pay 4 times what they used to pay for it, which is
Yeah.
Makes sense out of that one.
With all the recycled plastics and everything we've got nowadays, surely someone else can make some cheaper than that. You'd think. It's only strands of plastic squashed together into a sheet, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's ain't rocket science.
Yeah. But it's like, what's it called? K1. What's K1 made out of? I know it's plastic, but is it a special kind of plastic, or is it a recycled plastic?
It'd be a recycled opaque plastic. I mean, there must be billions of tons of that stuff.
So
it's quite expensive to produce because they extrude it into like a straw and then just chop it up into little pieces.
Yeah. So when they say, the one thing I don't get about it is you can say it's got a large surface area.
Yeah.
But it's tiny.
Yeah, but we're going down a rabbit hole with this, aren't we?
No. It baffles me when they say, "Oh, it's got a large bacterial surface."
Yeah, well, it has, but it's all relative, isn't it? If you have a bigger piece, it's still going to have the same sort of, well, not the same surface area, but relatively speaking, size for size. If you won't get as much in of the bigger stuff, but it has a greater surface area, but it makes pretty much.
Understand what I mean? It is quite confusing when, because like I say, so really you could use like bottle, like a milk carton bottle lid then for a media.
You could, but that's just two-sided, isn't it? Whereas because this stuff, it's hollow, it's got like a pattern inside, and the more complicated they make it, the more surface area it contains.
Right. Yeah, like I say, I've never used
like a hollow straw would just have the inside and the outside, but if you make it like a figure of 8 or cloverleaf pattern or whatever pattern it is, it's going to have a much greater surface area. I would have thought anyway.
Yeah. Like I say,
I'm sure someone will put us right on all this.
Yeah.
This is sure as that.
Let's see what people have been saying.
Because it is strange because like I say I've never used plastic media. I've used.
I use it on
that's it.
All my.
But that's
always have a tank of it after the pump. After
a
the filter.
lot of the stuff you've spoke about though has been medias and filters and such. What do you think the price of the coin? Do you think we're getting?
I think
do you think we're getting
cheaper.
a fair price, or do you think we get or the?
I actually
right. Are you sure you want me?
Good evening, everyone from Koi. Good evening, mate.
The effort that goes into producing a koi, I think they're pretty cheap.
There's a lot of investment into them, isn't there? But if you lived in Japan, they're a hell of a lot cheaper. But there's a shipping side of it. But I do think sometimes in some categories of some fish, they're well overpriced. When you're talking about little things, little fish.
Tosai.
Yeah, toe size for growing up seem to be well expensive. Then you seem to get to like from your 15 cm up to 45, which you can get reasonably priced. Because you get a decent fish out of it, and you can have something nice to look at. But then from then above, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are ridiculous, man.
But saying that, it all depends on the quality of the koi.
I was just bringing up a comment.
Because the thing is, when they get that much bigger, there's a lot more flaws that can appear from between, say, 30 cm to 60 cm. So every level up you go higher size-wise, you're going to drop some of those fish. You're going to lose some of those fish because of the flaws that appear that weren't present when they were younger. So the bigger the fish gets, obviously the dearer it's got to be, because you probably sacrifice 10 fish to get that one.
Yeah. But there are dealers out there now on eBay and stuff like that saying, "Oh, look at this spectacular A grade koi," and
yeah, A grade is a very loosely
you can really rub your eyes and see it's a mott.
Yeah.
So
pond filler. That's when people call pond fillers grade A, and then
and it's like Gaz says, the eye is in the beholder. I understand that.
Yeah.
But for somebody to try to sell a fish for said price of something like say 500 quid, but you can go over to Japan and pick a lot nicer fish up than you would buy it in this country for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For 500 quid, you could go over to Japan just to buy a fish.
You couldn't for 500 quid.
No. I'm saying just to buy one fish. A fish, and it would be better than that fish you would buy for 500 quid.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, this is what the question's about, is to get everybody's opinion and to see what the people think. But there is.
I'm fussy when I buy fish anyway.
I've not found a fish that you really like yet. Ever.
I haven't.
You had one, mate, that you really liked, and you've lost it. And I think all your expectations are aiming to that fish.
Oh, I'll never be able to afford a fish that way again.
No, but you could get one and get it to that size. And get it.
Oh no, not of that quality.
Oh no, you couldn't, because you can't keep them for much more than like 12 months before you give it away to somebody else anyway. So
yeah,
you probably end up getting Daz a real nice fish.
Yeah.
And just so you want to, just in case anybody out there didn't know, it's way too high, and it's my fault. I agree. It's definitely my fault. Koi tax.
Yeah.
Definitely a koi tax. Yeah, it is. It
is, yeah.
Simon Shears says, well over the odds, rip off England as always. Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. I think we have his arms ripped up his back for flipping everything down near it. And
but saying that, if you see the right fish, yeah.
This is a good comment coming next.
If you see the right fish that you wanted, you would pay anything for it if you had the money.
You would, yeah, but then I'd have to have the money, and I don't have that money. So
no,
I'm taking that position where I get to admire fish and think, can't have that fish.
One day it will be mine.
Yeah, one day it will be mine. When you're old and decrepit and almost faded out, and you look like a mutt, but I will own you.
You do that, don't you? People think, oh, that fish. I love that fish.
Well, I mean, again, like I've always said it, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When I saw that Benny Ginger,
yeah, nice.
I was having it. Whether she said I want or not, but I was having it.
Exactly. That's the point.
That weren't stupid money, though. It was reasonably priced. Excuse me. Dave Littlewood says we're paying way too much for treatments, and filters are really expensive, brand new. Yeah. Some of the videos that I've seen lately, mate, for some of these extremely expensive drum filters, you can keep them.
Yeah.
I won't be paying that money for them and then having those kind of problems with it. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I'd be saying, you can take this pile of crap back. I'll go back to making my own filters again. Because if I'm going to have shit in my filters, it might as well be there in a hell of a lot cheaper filter than what it would be in an expensive one.
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked when I saw that. It really was.
Yeah. I was under the impression that the drum filter was the pivotal piece of equipment. To have that, then the pond looks after itself, basically. No, far from it.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Dan. Mike KH, who says, one thinks that one is getting overcharged on most koi products. Martin's Koi Pond and Garden, GKP on my night off. Why not? Hello, guys. How you doing, Martin?
How you doing, mate?
Martin.
Sai says we're paying over the odds for everything, but overheads for everything. Everyone has gone through the roof.
Yeah.
It has. But standard of living for the majority of people, ain't going up with it.
Going down.
Yeah. Pay rises. What pay rises?
Mm.
Yeah, if you're watching, John, pay rises.
If you're watching, Rich, forget it, mate.
Rick, it's in front tomorrow morning, mate. While he's in van in front of
Not going to
everybody.
happen.
Sell that pump to the council for the floods, Paul. Trainers, which cost £5, but we pay 150. Yeah, that's the beauty about having a size 6.5 foot, mate. I don't.
That's even better when you're 5.5.
Yeah. What, you 5.5?
5.5.
So me and Dad can still go to kids section for his shoes.
Yeah, VAT free.
Yeah. Plastic cattle troughs for your measuring balls.
Yeah.
Link for ball.
But are they blue?
Link for ball. Bear with me a second. I will get the link.
But guys, just watch what's coming up soon. I've just been told something's coming up in a minute on the chat, I think.
Let me find the link.
Our intel has detected something.
Yes.
We have a strict vetting process now, don't we, Mick?
Yeah. Some person we don't want to be mentioned, so.
The dragnet will catch them.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Mick?
Oh, it's just sugar-free.
Oh, God, I could murder one of them at the moment. That cupboard's a bear.
Oh,
You know what? Oh, I suppose. Fine, magic.
I've got the link. Bear me 1 second, guys, and I'll share it for you so that you can.
Oh, you've got the BlackBerry version.
You can all get yourself one of these because this was reasonably priced in my eyes.
I'm dibsing it.
What are you licking?
Tango.
Avengers. Can't have that.
Link for ball, guys, coming at you.
That's going to take away.
Jesus.
There we go. Link for the ball there, Nip. It's in the comments now, mate. Simon Shears, I don't pay 150 for trainers. You'd be lucky if I pay 20 quid. I don't pay 150, but I know what he means, though. He's right when he's saying it. It costs next.
Next best thing, Pepsi Max.
Do you want the boys to remove the account?
Right. I haven't even seen what it is to say the way. Yeah, I'm way behind whatever it is. I've got 8 bits of Jack Martin, about 3 foot by 2 foot. Your choice says, I agree. Yes, the matting is pricey. Primar.
Primara, yeah.
Primani, I think. LL.
Yeah.
eBay, large washing up bowl, Jeff. That's what I just shared, bud. UNKP, where you get yours from, don't look like you lived in the States. States. What? No, Dave. Nicky with backward stick. Jack Martin is mind blowing. Sure as hell is, mate. It really is. Use lava rock. It's cheaper. Yeah, but lava rock breaks down after about 12 months. It starts to crumble up.
And if talking about that lava rock, what's it called?
Pumice.
No, the
red
grog.
lava rock.
Alpha grog.
Alpha grog. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I think it harbors bacteria.
Clogs up. Yeah.
Clogs up. Yeah.
That's why you have to take it out and clean it. That's what you're supposed to do with it. Up north, Coy says, look like I lived in a state. Question. It certainly does, UNKP. It's making koi keeping a rich man and woman's hobby. It certainly is, mate. It's getting to a point where this is why we advised you about when we were saying you were going to go bigger and then saying, look, really consider what you're going to be spending on treatment should you need to do, because it's all right having a big mass of water. Then you've got the electric to run it, the running cost of it, and then the treatment cost of it. depending on the size of how big you go.
And
Keeping it
the
coy,
others-
Jamie says. Evening all. We'll go every
Evening.
Evening, Jamie. Hope you're good, mate. Dave Little says, depends on the budget when it comes to koi. It does, 100%. But I do think sometimes you can find that odd little gem in cheaper fish, and you don't know until it gets that little bit bigger. Then all of a sudden you develop into something else, and you think, "Wow, that's turned into a nice fish."
The problem with it turning into a rich man's hobby as well is the ugly side of the koi keeping, and that's the koi snobbery.
Oh, yeah.
Where it all boils down to how much you spent on your pond and how much you spent on your fish. And that's not what it should be about.
Life around the koi pond says, hello, keeping it koi. Up north, koi pond says, rough ass council estate. Me kids ain't brought up, they're dragged up. Oh dear. Keeping it koi says, hey bud, how's it going? Nip says, Raid Dad's koi farm. I'll get showfish from club members. Did you manage to sort it out, Facebook? No, I didn't, Dave, but I will when I've done this, mate. I will message you as soon as we finish show, mate. I don't want to spend too much time. I've got to find it. I can't even find where it is. Simon Shears says, okay, don't look. Council site also dragged gives character. There's nothing wrong with being brought up on a council estate, regardless to where you are.
No,
Not the people, not the building.
that's it.
There's no such thing as an A-grade koi. It's just something they made up to make them seem better quality than they actually are.
Yeah.
As with art, any original laurel costs more than a pint. So Dainichi has a limited supply. His price is more than an unbranded breeder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dave Little says, well, Simon, seems like Si's doing a job on the side selling backward night ticks. Laugh my ass off.
Get ready for this. Get ready for the next one. Paul again. Cheeky shit.
Mick likes fish and chips, right? He's on
He's a
fire
twat,
tonight, isn't it? Larry.
I do, my mate. I do.
I knew what you meant. I think it's all to do with the bloodlines and the amount of harsh grading, no holes barred.
Yeah.
Irish Jody koi, for the last 2 years now, I have only been stocking my pond with the koi from Yoshikigoi farm, and I need to find them more hardy and can tolerate colder winter months, better intact. That is how I found you guys. Sweet. Nice one. I've got one, mate. Daz has got a few, and I'm yet to see how they go through the winter. But looking on the run up to winter, mate, she's plumped up. She's putting some good size, and she's doing well, to be completely fair.
Yeah.
I think she's going to winter through very well. Looking at her,
Yep.
the quality on her, she looks stunning. So yeah,
Wow.
I'd agree with you, mate. There is some really nice fish to come out of Yoshikigoi, 100%. 100%. We saw some absolute belters while we were over there. You know, it's same as anything. There's good and there's, well, to be fair, no, I don't think while I was there, I saw a bad fish.
No, I wouldn't say it was any bad fish. There
There
was average
was
fish.
lower, lesser grade fish.
Very nice, good fish.
But I don't think we saw bad ones while we were there, did we? Yeah, not one. Irish Jordy Coy says, after you visit to the farm, yeah, and to be fair, mate, I would like to go see some other farms as well, by which I mean abroad. I wouldn't mind going to Israel, and I would love to go to Japan. Just to see the culture of it all as well.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Koi, I made my own filter out of a wooden box.
Exactly, mate.
See you later, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Dave Littlewood, don't start either. Oh, hang about. Don't start either. Cost of living. Angry face. What's reasonable when a rice picker gets their koi for free. That's a bit harsh. I didn't say that, by the way. I just read it out. Copies, Martin. You shall not be mentioned. Laugh my ass off. And there's the link for the koi bowl. Mixed sugar free, but artificial to the hills.
Yeah. Shh, Simon, you didn't see it.
But he just necking straight up, double shot, fizzy pop. I'll be shit again.
It was just a bit in the bottom.
Our drinks on Daz. Drinks on Daz.
Yeah.
Yeah, drinks on Daz.
I nearly had a big bottle of Tango, but I found out it wasn't mine.
Other kinds of pop are available, obviously, for the branding that they're showing.
It's your castle, Daz. So
I'll
anything
show
in that castle, anything it's in your castle, mate, belongs to
I can
you.
do a drink now. Y'all made me
Is that right?
Yes.
Nips,
Yeah, but he's bigger than me.
Problem, mate.
Oh,
Westcliff Koi Pond. Vince for PM. Cook Koi Tax. Happy days. I'd like that. It'd be, I think he'd have to go within the Monster Raving Looney Party, though, if it was. Got enough. Still 2 times 250 litre bays. I don't use it. Everybody's going to Simon's dibs.
Dibs. Yeah, Simon. If you want to get rid of it, mate.
Yes, let us know, mate.
How much a price for the farm? Could we? We've got big plans, haven't we, at the farm?
Yeah. Who did you say dibs first, Simon?
I think it was Mick.
I think we'll have to watch that one back.
Adjudicator.
Got this direct. It's really gone to it now. Koyage, PM me for free Shisuis for all. Jamie says thumbs up. Keeping it koi. That's why I love raising fry from fry. I normally get 200 fry a year. And yeah, that's it, mate. 100%. Yeah. If one turns out into a stunner koi, it's cost me basically nothing. It's just a lot of hard work. But rewarding though, mate, isn't it? When you get to see it. And mate, we were talking about this the other day, but
them two, that Kahaku and that Sankey, mate. That Kahaku is probably, I think it's next level, I do, mate.
Yeah. You'll see when we well, the video is going to drop this weekend. But what you can get, was that a flock spawn that does?
That's a flock spawn, yeah.
So there's a couple of fish that we show. These are from the flock spawn that we've got. And all right, yeah, there is a lot of generic fish. There is a lot of fish that look like squash tomatoes. There is a lot of fish that are run at mill. But there is a good 20 or 30 so that I would say would grace anybody's pond. Yeah. Their size to them, and they'll be absolute stunners.
Yeah.
And that's from a flock spawn. But that's what it's about, isn't it? That's what you get from all the breeding side of it, the hobby side of it, the fun, the pleasure, the grading through it all. To me, to see that one fish looking as nice as that one did, it were all worthwhile.
Worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd like to say something to everybody. Thanks for the support on the last video.
Yeah.
There's another one coming. But what's your thoughts on the way we've been doing the ponds at the pond?
Oh yeah, that's a point. That's a good point. What do you think about what we're? I'm going to say it. Possibly, might not work. I'm not saying it won't, but as we said when we stood that weekend, worst case scenario, we're going to lose a lot of water.
But
very quick.
But the thing is, though, my sleeper pond, it's only pinned in the corners, really, on 2 sides.
You're not individually all the way down through?
Oh, yeah, a few. With a bolt.
Did you just do with fixings like we did on Jack's bills?
Yes.
You didn't do the, like Jamie did, whacking in the rebar, which
Only on
Right.
two sides.
Oh,
Only on
well,
two
Jamie,
sides.
that looked like hard graft, mate. Whacking that.
Overkill, that is, yeah.
Only on two
But
sides.
at least you know it's not going to move, don't you? You know you're not going to get, because sometimes timbers can do a hell of a lot of strange things and pull apart, split, stretch.
Can
Exactly.
if you don't put enough screws in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's going to be stronger than my pond, I believe.
I'd be very surprised if it moved. I mean, initially I thought, ooh, would it take the pressure? But
I think with
buried
two
in the
gravel
bottom.
boards being below ground, I
Yeah,
don't think it's going to be an issue.
the bottom of it's buried 2 foot below ground level anyway, then backfilled with concrete, so it can't go anywhere. The only weak spot really is if it could open out at the top. But we're going to put Richard's going to weld some angle brackets for the corners to brace it, and we're going to have a cable, straining cable, all the way around the top, sort of ratchet strap down.
Richard's getting involved, and he's getting.
He's getting involved on the mechanical side of it.
And there's me dropping him a little comment in next week, this week's later video that'll be coming out later this week, saying what he could do if he wanted to get involved. He's not going to want to do that now, does he? You've given him a more specific task. Colin, we're back on shovel, bud.
Yeah. But no,
Jamie said,
it'd be nice to know what people think so far.
Of course, the way of doing it is quick and relatively inexpensive. Yeah. So if it works,
what did we work it out?
Modular, isn't it? Well, I looked at it because someone asked me how much they reckon it would cost it just doing the raw materials to do it, and I priced it up, and to do the single pond, I reckon it will be somewhere in the region of £500 to £600 for the materials for it, including the liner.
That's not bad, is it?
It ain't bad.
It's big. It's a lot of pond. £600.
I mean, it's that. I mean, like I say, Colin is thinking about doing that on a smaller, on a 6 foot by 12 or 18 foot.
Yeah.
And if you sunk it 3 foot below ground and only had a foot above, you won't have nothing to worry about ever at all. You won't even need to put your braces on or your retaining cable in.
It gives a smooth finish all the way down on the inside, and it's never going to rot. Not like sleepers.
Exactly. That's what I liked about it. Does you don't have to worry about anything, do you? You've got nothing. You don't have to worry about concrete or anything, timber on concrete, or all the rest of it, all that type of stuff.
I mean, it looks concrete at the moment, but paint it with black masonry paint all the way around. Put a nice capping on around it. You wouldn't even notice it's made out of concrete. I didn't say red, did I? No. It's not going to be red post now. It's going to be grey and black.
Yeah, I think that'd look cool.
Oh, Michael, what's with the face?
Tacky.
Well, what colour should we do it then, Mike? Sorry,
just
gold.
Yeah,
just a bling on it.
Bling on it. Yeah, everybody sparkling.
Versace handbags painted on it.
Oh, it's getting big, yeah.
Mine's what's it called? Mine's grey. So yeah, grey and black's not too bad, but red. I'm not being funny. The people who've got red and black ponds with it.
Apart from all you with red and black ponds.
It has been done to death, hasn't it? To be fair,
it's
a real common colour that a lot of people have used,
but it doesn't in Japanese culture. It don't exist. Kind of.
Did I hear a meow with background?
Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
Simon says, I see a YouTube vid earlier on Dubai koi, and the koi looked monstrous, and the prices was astronomical.
Yeah.
Mind boggles. For these stupid prices, they are merely fish. Ruins the hobby, in my opinion. Yeah.
It does, mate. Like I say, it's over extravagant, over exuberance. It's just.
But can they get the water to keep them healthy out there, to the constant clean water? Because from what I saw, it looked dirty pretty quick.
Oh, the Dubai.
Yeah.
His system cost over $1 million. Just his filtration, because it's a chiller. It needs to keep the water.
Temperature's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything goes against koi keeping really in Dubai.
Yeah, it's very hard. He said the guy.
He's chilling his water instead of heating his water. Peter's Puddle, koi and goldfish. How you doing, bud? Evening, guys. Finally got a Thursday off. Let me know when your next Saturday's off, mate. We've got some fish for you to pick from. And a bag of koi food for you, mate. So hit me up next time we're going down, mate. I'll tell you when it's... Excuse me, I got hiccups again. I'll tell you when we're going, and you're going to have a trip down to Dazzle's Koi Farm with me, mate.
Yeah.
Dave says there's a koi farm in Doncaster.
Oh.
Now then, apparently, though, it can only be a koi farm if you're licensed to sell them, which is not the terminology of koi farms. Koi farms.
No.
Farming means producing something in mass quantity, for all those that didn't know. Peter's Puddle, have I missed anything? About 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But it don't matter, mate. We can always fill you in.
You can always catch back up, mate. Or you can ask some people that are really good at doing a general recap and bring you up to speed right fast. I'll let Yorkshire Koi do it. There's a couple of recipes for fruit, apples, peaches, and watermelons, and I'll let him fill you in with the rest. Hi, Peter. Simon says, that sounds so wrong. Simon Shears, it's true. I see it on YouTube. YouTubers, they build some awesome ponds. Yeah. Westcliff Koi Pond says, hi, Jamie, with a thumbs up. Up North Koi Pond says, balls out of stock, by the way. God damn it, did you all buy them?
But no.
The guy's going to be wondering what the hell's going on. I've just got a mass sale of koi balls. Just bought them all. It weren't a good day when I looked. Damn it. I will do an eBay auction for my fill to stop the argument for the Jack Mat.
Damn it.
The way forward is making your own filters rather than paying over the odds for pre-made filters from dealers. I think some of them work better than pre-made ones, just saying.
I agree.
I won't say mine's brilliant, but I'm bloody happy with what I've got at present. It's a pain in the bum to clean sometimes with taking my filters out, but I'm going to make, that shelf that I've got, that's why it's a pain in the ass. The shelf for the first and the second is fine, not an issue. The third one, far corner one, to get that median out of there is a pain in the bum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and buy another bracket. I'm going to fasten that in corner, and I'm going to make a hinge on that shelf that I can pick it up and flick it up so that I can fold it up out of the way a little bit. And then it won't be as much of a pain in the ass. But that's the only thing that bothers me about it. Other than that, it's relatively good. We've been away and doing a lot of things and being out for a lot of these weekends and a lot of family bits and bats that I've done. I haven't cleaned those filters in 4 weeks. Yeah, my pond is spotless. My water quality is cock on, absolutely cock on. And I got it all fully cleaned out this weekend just gone. And there were a lot of muck in there, but it's doing its job. It's taking it out, which is exactly what it should be doing. But up to press, I'm pretty happy. The odd little bit, the odd little leaf that sneaked through. Don't know how. How do you get an oak leaf of that size through 1 cm squaring? Because it's done it, but I don't know how it's done it, but it's got in there somehow. Either that or it's sneaked in fruit plants and blown through, which is still an achievement for a little leaf. Life around the koi pond. That's why I like my koi dealer sells second-hand filters units at cracking prices. It's the same. Jeff knows a guy that does it as well, mate. And he gets a lot of stuff from.
I think it's about the same bloke. I think
could be
same
bloke.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Koi, is Mick doing the digging this time, Daz? Question, lots of questions.
He loves me, doesn't he?
No, mate, he likes to give it you that for sure.
I sat there like the fat controller.
Well, you wait and see, mate. You even take this out of us while we're LOL. My sleeper pond, 7 by 3, 300mm timber screws and 2 timber screws at each corner.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not going to go nowhere, man.
Yeah.
No.
Meaning each corner of each layer if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you've done
Yeah.
it alternates.
But you have to wait. If you join them, you have to fix each side of every join, because if you don't, they'll start to do that and push out.
Right, this is the one. I've never seen it done, but it's a good idea in principle. So if it does work, you're set to build as many as you like. Yeah, and relatively cheap for the size of the pond.
Oh yeah, 26,000 litres.
Thanks for the support with the, if it does work.
We shall see.
But if it doesn't work, it will make one hell of a video when it washes the koi shed away.
It'll be disaster video, yes.
Yeah, the disaster video. Yeah,
Koi
I might
SOS.
have been my first disaster video. Everybody seems to
that'd be mine.
Look, we're riding the rapids in a dinghy.
Might be
saving
the
the
director's first disaster video. I'll tell you what, right? What we'll do is I get a canoe and I'll sit on the banking at the side of the shed. And if it does go, I'll paddle all the way to the bottom of the garden.
Imagine even a tram going by at the same time. Bloody hell.
I don't say that because I get washed under tram line, wouldn't I? Thanks, that'd be great. Then it would be a disaster for me. You're not for everybody else. Nip says, good idea. Good views, yeah. Last views are all I get.
You'll finally get your 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers. Farewell. Keeping says, I have 16 rebar, 36 by 250, 36 times 250 mil screws, and 80 by 300 mil screws in the sleeper. That's why it took 46 episodes to put it together, because you got more fixings in there than soft mate. It's definitely not going nowhere, though, is it, bud? 100%.
No, it won't rot. It'll just rust to bits.
That's the only trouble. That's the thing. That's the thing that worries me about rebar. I've seen what rebar does under concrete. When rebar goes in wood and that wood gets wet, it swells and expands, and it goes. You can have a piece of 36 mil or 16 mil rebar, and it'll turn to 30 mil in diameter.
Yeah,
that's some shifting, mate. If it does, but I hope when you put your final holes on, you sealed them all as you went round them, because that's what I would have done to stop moisture getting down.
Yeah, even maybe concrete posts. Cut a concrete post off. Always seal the top where you can see the rebar. Otherwise, it will start to rust and it will start to blow the concrete apart.
Yeah, it does. I've seen it.
Or just a blob of silicon over the end of the steel.
Yeah, I've seen it do it in concrete and literally just smash big chunks away from it. Simon Shears, this is a man after my heart. If I was going to build another pond, I would just go deep and save all the materials, just a hole and a liner. Simple. Yeah. That's me. That's exactly what I'm doing, bud. Just some.
Yeah. Jamie, your last video we did watch, and me and Gaz was talking about it. We did think it was. We did think, come to the conclusion it was chemical based.
The reason why we said that, Jamie, was that koi with the swelling around its lips.
And
we were thinking perhaps maybe something along the type of thing like
battery acid.
Well, we also thought like a dishwasher Powerball type thing. Some of that fish looked like it'd been mouthing at something that burnt its lips. Looks a bit sus to me, mate.
And then its spinach as well. What was bad? We had the carp pops, but that had been like burnt off.
Yeah.
That dissolved.
Really burnt off.
Yeah.
That's bad burning, that, in case you didn't know.
Chinese burn by the looks of it.
Friction burn. Birmingham Gary, it will hold, but it might be worth running a couple laps of electrical tape around just to be safe.
This is the gentleman that Gary's the gentleman that we went to see and got these fish.
Yes, and I'll tell you something again for you, Gary. The director failed you again.
He did. I says, did we film them fish on Sunday? Damn it!
I was just about to say something.
He's doing a midweek video.
Yeah, I know. The gentleman was rather upset that he had to get rid of his fish.
Well,
right. Can I suggest something? They're not hurting anything while they're there. And if the gentleman wants them back when he's moved, the offer's there.
Yeah.
There you go, mate. How's that?
Yeah.
That's a nice gesture. Mick's got them, and if you want them back, mate, when you get somewhere and you get settled and you get another pond, mate, you can have them all back.
Yeah. They're all at the farm at the moment, tucked out the way.
Happy as Larry.
Happy as Larry.
55 quid a piece.
Feeding well.
No. To see how, I mean, we could see how upset you were that you had to get rid of them.
Yeah, I think anybody would, mate. When it's not through your own choice and it's not through your own doing, it would be a bit of a sickener. These guys are going to fill for me on. Have we got another topic?
So, if you want to,
yes, we have. Topic. Yes, we have. We've got one more topic. Right. If you had to tell your future self as a pond owner, if you had one top tip, what would it be? Answers in the comments.
You know what my answer is anyway.
Well, I'm going to pop
the goldfish.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, that's a quick answer. And now I have to come and sit back down again. So you're going to have to.
Yeah. Elaborate. Yeah.
Elaborate a little bit.
Yeah. It's just. I love the hobby.
Yeah. I think
it's not the hobby of 20 years ago, 30 years ago I joined.
No,
now it's all it's I'm not being funny, it's a lot bitchier. There's not a community like there were back then, kind of thing. It's the internet and YouTube that's done it, really. I mean, YouTube is a wonderful thing, but it's a terrible thing as well. Yeah. You understand what I mean? It's not.
It's killed the creativity out of it.
Yeah.
It is all about the bitchiness and the scandal now. That's all people seem to be interested in.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do salute all these content creators.
Yeah.
Like Gaz, Si, Vince, all of them who do it, because I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm messing about with when I'm doing it for Gaz and Daz, but I would never set my own channel up ever.
I wouldn't. When people keep asking me, "Oh, when are you going to start your channel?" Never. Never. After what I've seen, no.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Not unless I absolutely had to.
Again, like I say, you've been through the mill this week again, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, I always thought, okay, there's going to be some competitive rivalry in koi from the competition side of things, from people showing koi. No one gives two hoots about that. It's everything else. I'm gobsmacked with the amount of sort of hatred and that exists in the koi society, if you can call it society.
I mean, the Birmingham show, that was the best show I've been to.
Yeah.
Only because they had it in them that every vat won a little bit of something. So that society, that koi group down there, should be proud of themselves, because it wasn't all about oh, look at them fish, they're all the best, so give them all the prizes. Every single vat got a prize for entering of some description, which I thought was marvellous.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's encouraging for everybody.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than the guy with the most money that can afford to spend tens of thousands of pounds on fish, winning everything every year, year in, year out. That does nothing. But for the other koi keepers, all that does is just treads all over them and kills their spirit. Yeah.
But no, it was interesting. It was definitely interesting to see with Mike. Mike was there. Si was there. Skeggy was there. And Mike even showed some of his fish. And they were nice fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were very nice fish. We're just saying, guys, about the Birmingham show, how the community was there because everybody won a prize at that show who entered figure of some description. Every vat won something.
So you changed the topic then?
You didn't give us a topic.
I did.
If you had to tell your future self
as a pond owner, one top tip, what would it be?
To
So
come
yes,
back
you
and
did.
talk about shows.
No, it wasn't.
Don't keep fish,
Why it
just
got
go
to
to the
that?
shows instead.
Why it got to that is because I said don't do it, and I was messing about and stuff like that. And we started talking about the bad thing about in the minute is the community is not there. But then on the other hand, we went to that show, and that society, that koi club, did seem to be quite.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
It made you want to be a part of it.
It
yeah,
did.
it did seem very well organised, and it did seem like a good bunch of guys that all got on and enjoyed doing what they were doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
And I was just saying, Mike showed, and he won something.
Yeah.
Every vat won something of some description, which I thought were spot on.
Yeah.
And there
It's nice to partake in something and come out with something at the end of it, regardless.
It was nice to talk to Mike, and he was telling us about the lengths he'd gone to prepare the fish and what things influence the fish to make them show winners. And I'd never heard anyone even mention anything like that before. And that's the sort of thing I would expect people to want to share in the koi community. But unfortunately, it's very lacking.
Yeah, like I said, good on
Any
Mike
kind of information like that. It's
spot on.
I don't know whether people don't like to part with the information, thinking it's going to give everyone else an unfair advantage, or
That's what that guy like me and Brandon down at the Kent one. He stood talking with us for a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have filmed it all and recorded it all, because the stuff that he was telling us that he did. I mean, like Mike said, but man, on the next level for it.
Sharing information, that's what it's all about. I mean, I've been involved in all other different groups of breeding different stuff and that. And God, the shows, I'd talk all day long to people, just learning stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't seem to happen in koi. I'm a little bit disappointed with that. I really am.
Yeah. But good on you, Mike from Koi Beginners, mate, if you're watching. Okay, spot on. But,
yeah.
I'll go through some of the comments and see what everybody else would have told the future self. As soon as you two swerved it.
No,
we didn't swerve it. We're saving it for you guys. We didn't want you to miss out.
Well, I would have said that majority of people would say what the future thing would be. If you're going to build a pond, build bigger than what you think.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I wouldn't say that's right. I wouldn't.
No,
I totally disagree.
Smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, smarter, yes. But I would say if you build big, you miss out on all the stuff that you learn.
Yeah. I think it's an important process.
Because then you're thrown in deep end, and it's a case of learn to swim or you're screwed. But I think if you start smaller, but practically, go to the size that's a practical size that you can deal with and you can work with while you're learning. And then as you upgrade and as you increase your stock, or you change your fish and you get better ones, because most people start with just budget fish, don't they, and get into it and then get the bug. I would say build, first of all, within your means. Secondly, grow with the hobby. I think that's the way to go, me personally. I think if you jump straight in, massive, great big pond, you can end up in a heap load of trouble and lose a lot of fish. And there's been many a person out there with many a big channel out there that's done just that and ended up with a whole heap of problems, and then had to pay a lot of money to have those problems rectified. But that would be my tip. That would be my tip to me to stick it as what I've done. I start with a really small one, which is fit for tiddlers, and then you realise suddenly that you need something a bit bigger, and then again you need to realise that you need something bigger again. But I'm growing stuff on in there now, which I'm going to be replacing some of my bigger stuff. But I've enjoyed watching them grow, so I'm not disappointed that I went straight big, because I've enjoyed keeping the fish that I've got.
Yeah, dibs on them.
Dibs on what?
On them fish you get rid of. The slips.
Squash tomato coming your way.
That's all right. That squash tomato, I'd have that any day.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It is growing on me.
That's a wind fish, mate.
Winder fish. Dave says my sleeper pond's half in the ground and half out. Life Around says my pond is floating frame pond. Only a Met post at either side of the braces works well enough for me. There you go.
Yeah.
Peter's Puddle says, my pond's red, orange, and green. Nip says, Kahaku pattern colours, red and white. Mick, see, chiller was outside, massive it was. The chiller outside was massive.
Oh, yeah.
Dubai.
Yeah.
Nifty Brown says, mine's white and grey to match the rest of the garden. I thought you were going to say to match your hair then, mate. I can say that, mate, though, because I'm definitely getting there. Even bigger kettle calling pot. Goldfish. Cool, thanks, mate. I'm off next weekend as it happens. So am I, which brings me on to another subject.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, guys, next week there will not be a live broadcast because me and my wife, I'm going on holiday, guys. Unless I can Well, the director could do it.
Yeah.
If we can get these guys to do a show on their own, that'd be sweet because I could sit back, watch and put in comments and make you giggle.
It's a bit disaster.
Let's see what we can do. I will let everybody know in the community whether there will be or there won't be, whether the new director
is live ever.
What do you reckon, mate?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I don't know.
I won't even know how to read the comments.
No,
I can't even read the comments of mine.
I can't read the comments, mate. You won't be on your own. You've got laughing face there from Simon Shears. Laughing face, and that would be funny getting that recapped. Call him. Just got a message come from him. LOL. We'll see at Yorkshire Koi at work. LOL. And Keith and Paula. Evening all. Hope you're all safe and well. And the same to you. Thank you very much for joining us. We've got a K and Pete waving hand. Peter says, I've also got a bit of netting spare if anyone wants it to cover a fry tank. Not big pieces. I've got a massive 15-meter sheet of that stuff. Falls up nice and neat. So I think too many people are having problems in their ponds these days because they think that they have a fancy filter that looks after itself. What are you doing there? I can see. This is a bit where Mick is now going to demolish something. The bottom drain lines with too little flow pulled. I agree, mate. A system that you have to get involved with and hands on, in my opinion, is always better.
Yeah.
Come on, then. What was it?
Shit.
For a little bit.
God damn, I thought we were going to be something exciting like a
I
boat
did.
or something. I thought
It was trifle.
you were trying to not make us all feel guilty or jealous.
No, but you gotta go. You gotta.
What was that?
Oh.
Is there 2 slices?
Tip button, what he's on.
No, Nick.
Yeah.
Dave Litwell, my pond goes through a very pump 42mm flexi pipe to a 42mm flexi to the Nexus and a 4-inch return to the pond.
That's very similar to mine, that. But mine's 40 mil solid, isn't it?
Keith and Paula, love the pond build and the artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm one of them. Or is it a heart? It is a kiss. Oh, all right. Do you need to buy that pump off Paul just in case, mate? Daz, you need to buy that pump off of Paul just in case,
No,
mate.
he's got one here.
What, the 200,000 litre 10 gigawatt pump? More of it, thanks, mate.
Yeah, needed to strike lightning to kick it into to get it going.
That?
I thought chemical like bleach, which turns white with water, but many others do also. Well,
Yeah, true.
what would bleach do? What would bleach do to a fish's mouth? I do think
you need a lot of bleach because
the damage
basically
that it got and how it looked, that looked like some kind of chemical burn, didn't it? It sure did.
Yeah.
I think it did anyway.
I think perhaps more something like battery acid. I think bleach, you'd need a shitload of bleach to kill a fish.
Yorkshire Coy were flexing his muscles when he did this one. I put 75 coach screws, 250 mil through my sleepers, ratcheted him by hand. Go on. Have that. Buy
Get
a
him back
Nexus,
to
buy a Nexus first time and build a pond around it. Shove your Nexus. Buy a Blagdon pond. It's cheaper. It was definitely chemical, but I don't think I will ever know for sure what it was. But they are literally back to normal now. Their appetite is back and they're healing really well. Thanks, guys. So are the lips coming good again then, Jeremy? But yeah, I do agree, mate. 100% chemical of some description. And whoever did that, you're a twat.
yeah.
Keeping it coy, did they check the CCTV? No, which brings me on to the subject of another one. I've got some to stick up around my pond. Cheers, Mick. It's looking like I'm going to end up in a flat, so keep them. But thanks for saying that. Hey, mate, the offer's there.
Yeah, if your situation changes, yeah.
You never know, do you? It always gives you an option, bud. A bottom drain. That would be a tip. Top tip, plan and plan again. And World of Warcraft, Spooky Halloween, Sweet Treats events just started, in case anybody didn't know. Random email just popped up.
Kiddies games.
I couldn't give one answer. Research. Always go bigger. And whatever you budget for, double it. Always go bigger than what. See what happens if you thought about making a 10-meter pond by 10 meters. Then you say always go bigger. What would you do? 10 meters by 10 meter, 1 centimeter.
Yeah.
Linda Bear, my top tip would be join a club and go to a few shows. Also, contrary to what you are saying, YouTube has been brilliant for us, but I understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
My top tip would be join a club and go to a few shows. Also, contrary to what you're saying, YouTube has been brilliant for us, but I understand what you're saying. I wish I understood what you were saying.
I'm saying it's good and bad. The negative side of YouTube, I'm not sure whether it outweighs. Well, it does. The good does outweigh that.
Yeah, it does. You just got to take the dickheads with a pinch of salt and flick them on by as you walk by. I've done my channel twice and never again. Took a break and came back, and all that stuff kicked off. So I left just a subscriber now. It's a happier life for me and the family. Well, if it affected me and my family, mate, then I might go down the same line as you, mate. But you know what? I won't be pushed out of anything that I enjoy doing, not by anybody or anyone. Simon Shears. I tell myself, follow my knowledge and keep it simple. Don't get hooked by gimmicky products that do absolutely F all.
Yeah.
I'm now mid-staff's Koi Show chairman. Sweet. Check you out. New channel. Mid-staff's chairman. Huh? New fish coming. Did you not just say you got 6 coming as well? It's all looking good for you. 35 years ago, I had to go to the library at my local aquarium shop. If I needed a question answering, Google and YouTube are brilliant tools.
Yeah.
Certainly are, mate. If there's anything I need or anything I want to know, first place I look is YouTube. Because there's always a video out there for everything that you want to do, no matter what it is.
There's always 10 videos out there.
Yeah. So Mickey's directing things again.
Don't worry, Paul. I'll sign your book. Don't worry. I'll sign my autograph when I see you.
That's it. This is a good comment. YouTube is good to a degree for learning, but experience of building myself is what I've taken pride in doing. That's it, man. And if you've enjoyed doing it, it's been a pleasurable pastime too, hasn't it, mate?
That's it.
Don't give a neighbour a sofa.
Yeah.
I would say do more research into into keeping koi. I started because I spent a fortune on filters and pumps, UV liners and stuff just to get to where I am today. Yeah, I think research is probably one of your best things you can do. It's got to be the best. That's got to be the best tip.
You never learn too much.
Yeah, 100%. Koi keeping is simple, 100%. And before it goes into so-called before I got into so-called koi keeping, I kept my koi hole in the ground with pump, no filter, plenty of plants, and had a second-hand UV from pump to filters, and still have those koi today.
Yeah.
I wish you could just type that a little bit more, because most people want to do a decent paragraph and they can't put it in, and still have those koi today, but they all look a lot better with simple old school filters. I agree, mate.
We do, yeah.
Yeah. We overcomplicate things sometimes.
Oh, Mick is sticking you again. Oh, he's being like that little whippet nipping around you, you know.
Yeah. It's like a guy that needs fucking squatting.
You're ready for it. Get your squatter out. No diet, Mick. I'll do all from my koi beginnings.
I do it,
I
Mike.
might enjoy the koi. I'll skip past that one real quick. Yorkie, it's seafood diet.
Yeah.
GKP, up north, koi. You okay, Si? From Keep and Paula, koi beginnings. Anyone looking to buy any koi from this year's harvest, Si? Anyone looking to buy any koi from this year's harvest? Oh, you mean as in
Whose harvest?
anybody's? It's harvest season, isn't it? It's the time, isn't it? It's the time of year when all harvests are pretty much done, isn't it now? Being brought in.
Oh, that was September, wasn't it?
Is it?
I thought it was September.
Well, yeah, but there'll be
October's a normal koi harvest season in Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, September. I thought it was September, I did.
I thought it was
Oh,
October.
But they go through the different ages, though, don't they? So it may run a bit later, yeah.
Yeah. Up north, Koi Pond says yes, thanks, KMP. Tony Barker says KB. I have 2 in NND's mud pond.
Oh.
Right.
Does that still stand for Nishikoi Summit Direct?
Well, we'll find out shortly. Hopefully, if he tells us. Koi Beginnings, I've tried messaging Tim, but he's not replying. Oh, Simon, you're going to be in more trouble if he finds out that you buy more fish too, as well as the electric bill. Just saying. In case I'll whisper in case she's still asleep beside you. Thank you, Simon. They say you build 3 ponds in your lifetime: small, medium, then bigger. But bigger. Build what you can.
I've got about 7.
Then.
But about 7 so far.
That's just because you're indecisive, though, isn't it?
No,
May I try 3 companies now? No reply. You can get your conversation. If you're chatting between yourselves, I'm not going to, because you guys are already reading it. So, yes, mate. There we go. It's the best thing I've done. Copies. It's the best thing I've done as I've met you all. There you go, mate. Yeah. Sweet.
Wait.
Agreed, mate. I've made a lot of friends through doing YouTube and koi keeping, and I would say 100%, mate.
Really good friends.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that. Not buying any new koi this year. Need to sort out what we've got. The tent pond light be going this weekend. Shock horror. Watch this second. Watch this. Space. Yeah. Watch this space. Don't search YouTube or Google for medical matters, as you may convince yourself you have a brain tumor. Japan! Hope to see you at mid-staff show next year. If you can make it, I've started this year going to the koi clubs. I love how friendly everyone is. I'm hooked now and enjoying the live shows too. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Lisa.
Yeah, we will.
I think we did. Which one? We went to Birmingham, didn't we? We didn't do mid staffs, did we? There were 1 week between each other, weren't there? And I think some of us were busy that week. But yeah, I think we might do mid staff next year.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
I've got to go now, guys. It's been a fantastic show again. Thank you very much for joining us, mate.
Thank you, Jamie.
And, we are running up to that hour. I'm going to go through the rest of these comments, and when we get to the bottom, we will do what needs to be done. Never going to show any fish. We just enjoy the hobby and have nice fish in our pond. Would, however, love a black diamond.
Ooh.
Black diamond.
What is a black diamond? I've never heard of one.
Yes, and
I've
that's
heard of midnight.
yeah.
I think it
Or is
Is
it a
it-
red?
Is it a good
Is
ring?
it, you know, like your blackfish, Matsukawa, but it's metallic. It might be wrong, but it comes from kind of metallic fish. Oh, it will be metallic. It'll have gill ring of some kind. With it being,
Someone put up a picture of a black diamond.
They're out there now, Mick. Nisai Autumn Harvest.
Yeah.
There you go. Dave, anyway, off to bed, up early in the morning. Don't forget, message me on Facebook, bud. I will. As soon as I'm done, mate, I will. Remind me, guys. As soon as I'm done, just message him on Facebook. Will do, bud. Hello, Mike. I remembered, mate. Cheers, Copy. Well, guys, we are pushing up to that type. It's a Ginrin, Mick. It's a Ginrin. There you go. It's a Ginrin.
Yeah, give me.
A Ginrin black diamond. Oh,
Yeah.
and we've just had one shared in our chat, so we can have a look at that. Sorry. Nice.
Yep.
Well then, guys, usual thing.
That's cheating, mate. You're looking before we are.
Yeah. Damn you. Oh, what are you doing?
And what did I say?
Oh, that is nice.
That is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I fancy one of them myself.
Yeah.
Great. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Black diamond is a Dainichi line.
Expensive.
Birmingham Gary says, I'm off, guys. See you on the next one. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks a lot, Gary.
Right.
Cheers.
Appreciate having
Offers
you
there
on.
as long as you want, mate.
Look
Yeah,
up
they're
on
doing
YouTube. Check it out on YouTube. Banner see some videos on it as well.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for everybody who's joined us this evening. We're going to draw it to an end. It's been a good one. Some nice little comments coming in from Mick this evening. The director has been put through his paces.
Well, thank you very much for, like I say, everybody supporting what I did. For that video.
Thank you, mate.
everybody.
I enjoyed seeing you do it. We're good. It was cool.
Yeah.
That's it, Mick. That's the one. LOL, thanks, guys. Great show as always from Peter. Yep, from Dainichi Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Does look
I
nice.
want a Dainichi traditional shower. But
There's a shocker.
One day.
well, one day, when I win the lottery, but I've got to do the lottery first, haven't
No digging, Mick. Cricket
I?
bat.
Definitely not.
Mike got the cricket bat in just before the end of the show again. Usual thing then, guys. Thanks very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you again to Daz, and to Mick for joining me as always and for covering me while I just popped to the bathroom. Do us a huge favour, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And until next time, guys.
Goodbye, Paul.
That was a bit creepy, that was, mate.
That's another one that's going to get cut and edited into a little short. You're going to regret that one. Usual thing, guys. Keep smiling. We'll catch you all on the next one. Take it easy, all.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. A good night. Night from Mike KH. Good evening from, good evening, gentlemen, and thanks. Lisa Lee says, thanks, guys. Great show. Night all from Nip. Subscribe from Mike KH and thumbs up. Laters, guys. Night all. Thanks for the show. And night, guys, from Keeping It Coy. And on that note, guys, see you on the next one.
Cheers, everybody.
Back at you. You got another quick. Catch you all later, guys. Thanks for joining us.